Yo, I'm live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Wait for some more people to get in here before I start spouting off about whatever. No reason to be talking to nobody. So, I mean, if you saw the title today, you know, it's now one thing, it's another. Seems to be the case most of the time. Just let everybody know I'm live, or at least 2 or 3 people will know. Oh, There's a couple of people that are on in here. Anyway, so I was working on the car again today. Made some more progress. I've got the crankshaft pulley mostly done. I just need to torque it down. I've got most of the other pulleys put back on. I just got the alternator pulley done today, and that was fun. Had to pull it out to get it done, but it wasn't too hard. I got the tensioner back on. I got the other what are those pulleys called? The ones that are just there. The pulley that's just sitting there. What's that thing called? Anyway, it's the one of the belts goes around. So I got to buy a new belt. I've got a plan to get the stretch belt on. It shouldn't be too hard. I'm going to use probably zip ties, most likely. I've got some strong ones that should be able to do that. What else was there? Got a plan for the parts I need that are missing. I found them. The one piece I need, I can get at AutoZone for like $29. The water heater for the heater hose on the driver's side that goes back, I can buy that. Heater hoses, on the other hand, are a little bit expensive, but I'm gonna look and see if I have them, and if I don't, if I can use what I've got. Because the heater hoses from Ford are just ridiculously priced. I could get both of them from Rock Auto for I think 136 shipped. So if I need to replace the heater hoses, I'll just have to buy them. I'm gonna go pick up the probably the serpentine belt and that other part tomorrow after work. The water outlet, which I have to take another piece off to get to the bolt. I think. Not a big deal. It's just another piece of the water stuff right there, right above the thermostat and the water pump. There's the Y that I need to take off. So, but yeah, it's coming along. The downgrade to the car. I got a couple other things I got to do. I got to change. I'm going to change all the plugs out. I need to drain the fuel out of it and get back to regular fuel. So I got to do that. So I'll probably just, since I have the open lines now, the open fuel line, I'll probably just put that, get something in there and, just turn the pumps on. I guess that's one way to do it. Another way is I just I've got a little pump that I think is rated for fuel, but I don't know if it's rated for E85 because I can always just take the hat off, stick a tube down in there, and just pump the tank dry. That wouldn't be too hard. But yeah, I gotta get the fuel out of it, at least a lot of it, so I can put regular, 93 back in it. These things are good. Sparkling ice. I like them. It's a little reprieve from just water and coffee. Something with a little bit of flavor. They have the Starburst flavored ones too, but they're okay. Oh, we got Mike's Garage coming in. What's up, Mike?
What's going on, kind sir? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. And I was looked at your comment back to my comment earlier, and you said you were a self starter or capacitors would be masking the problem. They aren't really masking the problem; they're alleviating the problem of that turn on surge, which is really harsh on even non off grid power supplies. I
True.
I have starter caps on my compressor, so when it starts up, the power doesn't even blink.
You'll have to go through that with me, and maybe I
Well,
can put one on my my air compressor.
right. So yeah,
Um,
the start it when a motor starts like that, especially a motor that's going to be under load, and the air compressor and especially your lift are under load when they start. Um, it hits, it's got an FLA, and it'll hit a starting power that's way higher than what its normal running power is, or running amperage.
yeah,
Yeah. So that's
yeah,
why it made everything blink. When you were doing the lift and it killed power. Now, mind you, you were running a lot of power at that point. So
true.
you had your all the lights on at 1500 watts, two 1500-watt heaters.
Heaters.
So that's 4,500 watts there, and then you had one of your heat pumps on.
One of the mini splits on. Yeah,
Yeah, you had that. I don't remember what size that mini split is, but I'm sure it
two
pulls
ton.
another 1,000 to 1,500 watts.
Yeah, I was at 6,000, and then I went into the shop and flipped the switch, and it went boom.
Yeah. Now the problem is and I'm not sure what the rating is on that motor. That motor on that thing instantly pulled, like, I don't
Over
know, probably
6,000
like
watts.
50 amps. It probably had
Yeah.
or 30 to 50 amp startup, which can be alleviated with a soft start or caps,
So
starter caps.
soft starts are expensive. So
Yes,
I
they
don't
are.
want to
Starter
get
caps.
one of those.
Starter caps are, while they're not cheap, and you have to know how to wire them in correctly. If you don't do it right, you will just fry things. But what happens with them is they stay constantly powered. They're
Right.
ready for that instant load. And so when you turn it on and it needs that instant load, they just take up the slack.
Right.
And
Right.
now I'm sure your motor has a cap on it.
No.
It doesn't have a bump on the side?
Uh-uh.
Oh,
Oh,
it
wait.
doesn't
Yes,
have.
yes,
Okay.
yes. Yes, it does. It has two of them. It has two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the ones I'm talking about are bigger, and they help those, because those, if it weren't for those, you wouldn't be able to turn that on in that place even with nothing else on.
Well, the reason why it said that, and I didn't want to put it in the comments, I already got the second one on order. So
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I knew that. I knew that. You said you were thinking about doing it anyway in your video.
yeah, well, when it says I'm thinking about doing it, it means I had already done it.
I'm pretty sure. I pretty much knew that. So you're going to have what, 2,400 watt?
24,000 watt.
That's what I meant. 24,000. What's up, Daniel Barry? That thing looks really sweet. That is a sweet little system. I like the little display on it. Now, do they have a way to wire those in pair?
Yes. So,
Okay, so they complement each other.
Correct. So you can wire up to 6 of them in parallel.
Okay. Because I know they make bigger ones. I've seen them. They make them up to like 60,000, don't they?
Not EG4. This is the biggest that EG4 makes. There's the 18K, but the 18K is 12,000 output, 18,000 input. This one is 12,000 output, I think 24,000 input.
And how much are you putting into it?
So funny you mention that. So I've got 4 kilowatts of used panels right now, and I have another 11.5 kilowatt on its way.
How much do your batteries have in them? What's your battery load?
What do you mean? My load on my batteries when the inverter's maxed out?
Right. I mean, how much power can your batteries feed?
Oh, more than the inverters could ever take.
Okay. I don't remember what your total is right now.
Yeah, so I've got 12 pairs of batteries, so 12 parallel strings, and each one can put out 200 amps.
Oh, okay.
and the inverter can take in a maximum of 250 amps. So it's stupid overkill.
No, that's perfect. Stupid overkill lasts. Means
And
you're not draining your batteries hard.
no, not at all. It's at max load with one inverter, I'm pulling what 10, 15 amps out of each battery pair.
What type of batteries are those?
They are 24 volt lithium iron phosphates
Oh,
that are 100 amp hour, and there's
they're
24 of them.
Lion. Okay.
Yeah. I already ordered my T-class fuses. Those are on its way. And then I'm making a bus bar. And the
What
bus
size?
bar is going to be awesome. So I
What
got
size fuses?
the bus bar that everything connects to.
No. What size fuses?
Fuses, so I've got 125 amp for the batteries because 2-gauge wire can hold 130 amps, so I got it at 125. And then going into the inverter, I have 250 amp, which is the most that the inverter can possibly pull in, but that's also pretty much the max of what 2-gauge would do anyway. Or
I
I'm
don't,
sorry,
I don't
not 2-gauge, 2-aught would do.
I don't use T class very often. I usually use J class and CC class. So I can't remember what the price on those are. I know they're not cheap, but they're not as, I don't think T's are as expensive as J's.
Shit, I spent close to 900 in fuses and holders.
That's the, and for as many as you're buying, that's pretty cheap. Uh,
Um,
I bought,
but
I bought a J class holder and 3 J classes to go in it, and it cost me over that.
yeah,
Not me, but the company.
wow.
Yeah,
But
it was about $1,000 for the holder and the 3 fuses.
so the bus bar, you'll be proud of me. So I've got 24 inches of copper coming, and I'm going to cut it into 4 sections. It is 2-inch by a 1/2 inch thick.
Nice.
So doing the calculations, the bus bars will be able to handle 1,350 amps each. And that's 1,350 for each 6 banks of battery, or total of 2,700 amps total. So in other words, if shit ever hit the fan and everything's flying through that sucker, it's
You
just going
can,
to get warm and that's it.
yeah, yeah, 2.5 inch thick copper. Even when you take out I don't know, are you doing through hole or are you going to do? I usually do through hole with a bolt and nut.
Yeah, that's what I'm
trying to
doing with the
thread it.
bolt and nut.
Yeah, because I've seen people do that and they have threaded ones and it just strips out. Copper's so easy to strip when you're putting steel through it.
It is, and copper is not the strongest metal, so yeah,
Yeah,
definitely through bolted. And
yeah.
then it should be solid, and then after that, less worries.
So what are you using for insulators?
They are UL approved. They're about 1 inch by 1 inch. I have red ones and black ones, and then
Mhm.
they attach to steel frames that they come with.
Are they the little round ones with the feet on the bottom or the
Yep.
frame?
Yep.
Yeah, I've used those. Those are nice. They work well. And what's up, Salty? Maybe.
So
What's
that
up?
Hey, Salty. So that should be pretty much bulletproof once that stuff comes in.
Yeah. And once you have all your panels, you'll really have power.
Well, I need to get more after that. I'll need another pallet, which would be enough then for the house, and then I'm going to
Always
need
more.
4 more inverters for the house.
Now, are you gonna go full off grid, or are you gonna still be hooked up?
Full off grid.
So they don't pay for extra power there then.
I'm just doing everything privately.
Yeah. Well, for as much as you're spending, what's your ROI on that? How many years?
You got to remember that I'm getting severe discounts on a lot of this.
Oh yeah.
you figure I'll have about 30 grand in.
Okay.
And my electric bill on average is about 4,000 a year. So 8 years or less.
That's not bad. That's actually pretty quick. Although in
And
8 years, you'd probably be replacing a couple of those solar panels.
Shit, they've been
no,
replacing a lot of those solar panels since he's
no,
buying
no,
them
no,
used.
no, no, no. You guys would actually be surprised. So solar panels, the ones that I have are very old right now. They're about 15, 18 years old. When a solar panel is 20 years old, it can put out 80% of its original capacity. And then
Okay,
it
that
still
depends on the
slowly trickles down.
manufacturer and which ones they are, because some are not that good. But
Yeah,
you're buying better ones, so.
yeah. Like my
Of
used
course.
ones are all BP.
Have you seen the new ones that don't have the black on the back of them, and they
Right.
actually can receive the power on both sides?
Correct.
That's kind of neat, because
So,
even the light passing through gets seen on it, so it's like two-sided solar panels.
it
Uh-oh.
He just ran out of solar panel.
He just ran out of wire.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes,
he
sir.
ran out of power. You heard of
No, no,
powering
no, no.
down, right?
I'm too far away from the wireless. So with the bifacial ones, they're good, but they are a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
If you have limited space, then they make sense. But here's the problem. For those to work, let's just say you have grass behind it, you're only going to get a 10% gain. What you need behind it is either concrete or something very light color that's reflective. If you have
White sand.
white sand, you paint your concrete white
Yeah.
and put them, awesome. You'll get like 30, 40% gain.
I wasn't saying for you to get them. I was just
Yeah, no,
talking
no, no,
about the technology. It's
But what's the life expectancy of those panels, though? Just out of curiosity.
Same. You'll get 20 years
Same.
and you'll be down to 80%. I mean, you get 40, 50 years out of a solar panel. It's going to lower down in its output over time.
I just thought, because I saw a thing on some bifacials not too long ago, and I just thought it was neat because I'm used to seeing with the black background,
Yes.
and then the new ones they're building, they're not putting that in there anymore because they want the light to pass through better.
Which is really cool. The other reason why I didn't go with it is I'm putting them up against my tree line, and I've
Right.
got pine trees. So if you have light going through and let's just say the optics hit it just right, you don't want to catch the pine needles.
That's true. Now, I'd worry about pine sap falling on them because that's just that stuff is.
That's a bitch to get off, man. Holy
Some
crap!
nasty stuff. And then I got from
What's up, Mr. Mach
EcoWorthy.
What's up, Mr.
Hey,
Gary?
Mr.
How you doing,
Mach.
sir?
EcoWorthy had a sale going on eBay, and I ended up getting a total of 100 solar mounts. So I have enough for all the ones that I have, the ones that I'm getting, and then when I get them for the house, the next pallet, I'll have enough for that as well. But as these tariffs are coming in, man, prices are going up with the stuff from China. So I'm trying to grab it all before that happens.
Yeah, you better get this shit in there before April 2nd because they are going in full force on April 2nd. They said they ain't no holding back on that shit.
Well,
Until they
it's
hold them
already
back.
going in. The China one.
They ain't gonna hold Trump back. That motherfucker, he already done said, he goes, there is no negotiating that shit.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, the only way they're going to negotiate that is they gonna have to bring their tariffs up to what they charge us or bring them down. It's gonna have to be even across the board. He goes, there ain't gonna be no one paying more than the other. He goes, whatever y'all charge, we gonna charge.
We've been paying high tariffs for decades.
Yes, and it's about time that we have somebody in there that actually is looking out for the fucking interests of us and not just keep fucking bleeding the fucking country.
I'm still not sure why the North American Free Trade Association was supposedly supposed to be such a good thing for America.
What do you mean by that?
NAFTA screwed us over, in my opinion. That's when everybody started moving.
Oh, yeah.
Out.
You heard what he said about NATO, didn't you?
No, I don't care.
He said straight up. He goes, if they don't pitch in, he goes, United States is out.
Yeah.
He
He can do that. He
No,
can do that because, like he said, he goes. Let me tell you what NATO was created for. He goes, NATO was created to screw America. He goes, because everybody else pays 2 or 3%. He goes, and we pay 100. He goes, that's bullshit. He goes, everybody needs to step up and pay their equal share. He goes, it's not right for America to be the world's savior. He goes, they need to quit spending 2% on their defense and then expect America to come bail them out every time they get in a fucking situation. And I 100% agree with that.
He can't do it, and I'll tell you why. Congress knows that it doesn't like NATO, and 2 years ago, in one of the bills, they snuck in a section in it that says congressional approval is needed to leave NATO. So they actually took the power away from him before he had a chance to use it. So that was something that was put in 2 years ago. So the president cannot remove us from NATO.
Not by himself, not without congressional.
Not without by himself, but he can damn sure stop putting in as much money as America puts in.
No, that is true. We can actually
That
lower
he might
the
be able
amount
to
of
do
money.
is lower it. But
Oh, he already done
believe
said
me,
he can do that. He said the Supreme Court already done gave him the power to be able to do that.
Yeah,
They've already voted in favor of that.
but we can't completely stop.
No. If we look, I don't think he ever intended to pull out of NATO, period. I think this is just his way of bringing people to the table. It's like a negotiating tactic. You know,
well, we pay the reason we pay as much as we do is because we are one of the richest countries in the world. So of course we're going to pay more than these other little teeny countries that are like one, they're the size of states. So
that's not why.
okay.
they pay more.
Okay, now look at the size of Canada. Just say, look at the size of Canada. That in general, that is not a small country.
it is because most of it's uninhabitable.
Well, yeah, understandable. But if you go off landmass,
I'm not going off land mass because that's not a good thing to go off of. You need to go off of population.
And population is 10% of what the United States is.
Yeah.
okay, well, and I do agree with him. People like Canada, they only spend 2% of their budget on defense. That's it, 2%. Now, everybody knows they can afford to spend more than 2%.
Can they? We don't know
No,
that.
Shit.
Salty,
Come on.
Salty,
Come on.
you can't make statements like that. If
You can't.
you
Come
actually,
on.
if you started a research, Canada, you'd find out that that's not the case. Did you
As
know that
much as they tax their damn citizens there, you cannot tell me, and as much as they have been receiving tariffs off us for so many fucking years, you cannot even begin to tell me they cannot spend more than 2% of their budget on damn defense. Come on, man. They're not a poor country.
Actually, yes, they are. So
they are pretty poor.
if you do some research, as far as on the food banks in Canada, because of their housing prices have gone up dramatically, the average person can't afford groceries, so they go to the food bank. So you're working your Fortune 500 job and you're going to the food bank to get your
Okay, well, you know what? That is their own fault because they keep voting the wrong people in power. If they vote the right people in power that actually cares about their fucking citizens, they wouldn't keep being taxed to fucking death. That's their own fault. They keep voting the wrong people in.
I gotta say one thing. Canada don't even give a shit about their own people, let alone anybody else.
No, they don't, Gary. 100%. They could give two shits about their own people.
Make $100,000 in Canada, dude. You take home 40. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. They just keep being taxed to death.
Say that
and they
again.
get paid less than we do.
Huh?
And they get paid less than we do.
They get paid less than we do, but still, I mean, dude, they take like 66% of their pay.
Yeah, it's true.
It's disgusting. But like I said, and I don't know if you guys ever shipped anything over to Mark over in Canada or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
Crazy.
But I mean, I ship stuff over there. It costs me, $50, $70. He ships it to me. It costs him like 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be true anymore.
Well,
No, it's not. But I'm just
Well-
saying, they don't even care about their own people. Really.
No.
And then they say, well, you guys get benefits and you get health care. But their health care, if you ain't 40 years old and younger, health care don't mean shit.
Yeah, it's
There's truth to that.
But like
Yeah.
I said, I mean, they gotta get off their ass and they gotta vote the right people in office that actually care about. They've had some good people run for office,
oh my
but that
God.
country is so much more of a democratic country that they are just so fucking blind to what's really going on in the world.
Country. Very liberal country.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just to the point is that, like, you guys were talking and stuff like that.
Crap.
Neither is anybody right or wrong. But you got to look at the point is that how they treat their own.
Yeah. And that's what Trump keeps pounding home. Said, look here, man, if y'all become the 51st state, look here, you will take more of your money home. You will not be taxed to fucking death.
We don't
Your
want
gas prices go. I mean, I understand we don't want them because we would never get another Republican back in office again. Period. Them days would be over with.
That's not even the case. Canada needs to stay Canada.
Yeah. Canada needs to stay Canada and keep their French-speaking asses up there.
And there's a lot of good Canadian people because and I got people that work with me that live in Canada, and the reason why they're here to get our insurance.
Yeah.
So I mean, and they're still paying some kind of stupid tax or whatever.
You see what Alter Stang said that night he was in here when I asked him that question. I asked him, I said, hey, bud, I said, what would you do if Canada became the 51st state? He goes, I'd fucking move in a heartbeat. Because it's terrible. Like Gary said, they don't give two fucks about the citizens that live there. They could care less. They just take all of their fucking money, man. Them guys up there, they have to work like Mark.
Our politicians too. Our
Yeah, I
politicians
mean,
don't care. As long as they line their pockets, they're fine.
Yeah, but we still ain't being treated. We're not being treated like those people up there, though.
That's the God's truth. Because last time I talked to Mark, he was talking about his wife because she got a really good job. She was an instructor for the government for teaching what her job skill was, which is building. Yeah, he goes, yeah, they take 66% of her check.
Wow.
That is crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy.
You're working your balls off. You're taking home $40,000 and you're taking home the rest out of $100,000.
That's fucking crazy, ain't it, Gary?
God.
And I'm afraid that one day it's going to happen here.
It might, but the only thing that I'm saying is, the people voted them in. Okay, fine, but they're still in a world of hurt right now, and we just got to show some compassion. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sorry, but I 100% disagree with you, Mike. I'm sorry, buddy. I mean, you can feel like that, but I don't feel that way.
But this is the way I feel. Why in the world would you want to hurt the people in Canada or vice versa? Why would Canada want to hurt us? You know what I'm saying? Why don't they sit there and negotiate? Because I think, if you pay, we pay. But, it both works, right?
I think it's only fair that it should be equal across the board when it comes to the tariffs.
That's what I mean.
Why should them charge us 100% tariffs?
Or anything for that shit. Get rid of tariffs altogether between us.
They shouldn't be any tariffs, to be honest.
Well, that is what I just listened to. Who was it? It was Pierce Morgan yesterday. It might have been yesterday or day before or something like that. But a representative from Canada, now that Trudeau is out, now that whoever is going to be his successor is coming down, tomorrow? I think it is tomorrow to meet.
Right.
Yeah, coming tomorrow to meet with I don't think it's the president. What's that other guy, Levitz or whatever his name had just got in there? What is his fucking name? The gray-headed beard dude. I can't remember what his name is. But he's coming down to meet with him tomorrow about negotiating what is it? Like you were just talking about, Pinks, the no tariffs between the two countries.
Yeah.
That's what he is actually coming down, and that's what they are going to negotiate. That.
Sublime, what's going on, buddy?
What's
No,
up,
so,
Sublime?
And
so
I'm gonna counter that argument, and let me explain why. Just put the foot on your shoe on the other foot or what have you. So the thing is, Canada isn't as efficient as the U.S. when it comes to production. The reason why that they have the tariffs on is that so they don't lose their industries, just like we're doing to China because China took over our industries. So they're trying to have a little bit of protection there. And the trade that's been between Canada and the US has been equal. Now, have they not put enough towards their military? Completely agree. But the trade has actually been the most equal out of all the countries. So I understand Mexico. I understand China. I understand if they wanted to go after Japan
China.
and Germany and some of the other places. But going after Canada doesn't it doesn't make much sense.
Doesn't make sense.
Well,
See, but wait.
the thing about it is it's a drug thing too. You know, they're carrying
Very
a lot of drugs
very
down.
little of the fentanyl came in through Canada, and
It
which
doesn't- It doesn't matter if it's very little. It doesn't matter if it's very little.
I think
Any amount is bad.
I think that's a lot of it that started it.
That is what started it. Hell yeah.
And then when they didn't want to, work with Trump or whatever, then that's when this, bullshit started. But
Well, don't they make fentanyl
I
here?
don't, but Mike, I don't understand how it could be equal between us and Canada because I don't believe it's ever been equal.
It's not equal because they come out just the other day and told what the numbers were. Canada
less than
charges has
1%.
been Canada has been charging us 100% tariffs, and we have only been charging Canada 5% tariffs. Somebody explain to me how that's equal.
That's a half truth. So they were talking about eggs and cheese and dairy. They allow a certain amount of U.S. products in for dairy, and then after that, they have 100% tariff to limit the flow so their farmers don't get undercut by ours.
What
They're trying to
our
protect-
farmers don't damn farm shit. They was paid by the government to destroy their goddamn crops.
Not all of them.
But what I'm saying is they're trying to protect their people as well. I
Okay.
understand with the other countries that have been fucking us over. I'm
Oh my
totally
God, here she goes.
for putting the tariffs on, but Canada is not
Let's see the
is
dog.
not, you know.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
But the thing about it is, though, is that the way I look at it is that Salty, as we go back into the point where they were destroying the farms and stuff like that, that's when China wanted to come over here and take care of our coal mines and our farm fields.
Yes, exactly. Exactly,
And
Gary.
we
That was a
stopped it.
China thing. They didn't have nothing to do with Canada.
And look
No,
at
no, no.
what-
It didn't have nothing to do
look
with
at-
Canada.
look
No,
at
no, no.
what,
I agree with
what
that.
Trump did with the BYD China auto company, and they said we're going to slap 100% tariff because they were going to make them in Mexico and ship them over. They said we're going to put 100% tariff on it because you're going to destroy our auto sector if we allow this in. Canada's doing the same thing with their dairy. So it's like I said, if you want to go after Mexico, cool. Hey, I'm fine with putting a 50% tariff against China. Fuck them. I'm fine with that.
Hey,
But-
do you know what BYD stands for?
Bring your own bottle. Oh, I'm
no.
sorry. That wasn't it.
I don't know what the company stands for. It's a big.
BYD. The initials are actually English. It stands for Build Your Dream.
Okay.
I've actually worked at BYD. I've done jobs there.
So
and their
but,
cars
I mean,
are shit. So
I agree. I agree to the fact that Canada is our neighbor and we should work more together.
yeah.
But like I said, I don't really believe that it was ever an even trade. I think that Canada was always getting better than we were from what we were getting from Canada. Another thing is
100%.
if you go over there and you buy a pack of cigarettes, how much they cost you?
I don't
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you
Yeah.
buy a gallon of milk over there, how much it costs? Look how much eggs are over there.
No
It's
idea.
through the roof. So I watch American news, but I also watch Canadian as well because I work for a Canadian company, and CNC is the the news broadcast in Canada. And like I said, you hear two completely conflicting things, and they show the numbers as well. And you're going through their numbers, and you're like, all right, this isn't jiving between the two. So it's probably halfway between both sets of numbers.
But Canada's always got more tariff than we ever had. They
Always.
charge us more. I mean, it may not be at 100% or whatever, but it is more. But anyhow, Mike, I want to get back to your solar system,
Yes, sir.
because of we're not going to agree on anything when it comes to Canada. And
No, we're not.
so, but so your solar system, you said you want to go completely off grid.
I did.
Okay. What is going to be the point when they start taxing you on that? Because that's coming.
Taxing me on what?
And the solar panels and everything else, because they're going to get their money one way or the other.
Yeah, they're not just going to let you fly under the radar and not pay nothing.
What are you talking about?
If he's not hooked up to the grid, I don't know how they're going to tax him legally.
Legally, I'm telling you, dude, they're coming
They're
after.
come up with new laws.
They will pass a new law to be able to make it legal.
They will come up with new something. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people it's trying to go off the grid the same way you are. And it's going to get to the point where they're going to start losing money, and they're going to come after you guys.
Well, kind of like they're doing with the pay by the mile taxes in Washington. They're getting ready to start that, but they aren't getting rid of gas taxes.
But it still might not be as much as what they're taxing us using, their electricity and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering, what are you prepared for something like that, or
Dude, if they did a tax where you have to pay by the mile here, my boss would go broke.
Yeah,
There's a lot of companies would go broke, Sublime. It ain't just your
Anyhow,
company.
I was talking to Mike. So Mike, what's the
So right now, like I said, it's not connected to the grid at all for the shop. So it's running on batteries and solar power. Eventually, I want to do the house as well, and then just one less bill, because I'm trying to get myself positioned as I get closer to retirement, that my monthly cost gets lower and lower. So that's what I'm working towards.
Yeah, but like Gary says, down the road, once they finally do slap a tax on you for going off grid, because they're never going to allow you to go 100% off grid and get something.
It may be years. You know what I'm saying? You may not never see it, but it's going to come one time or another.
A property tax increase add-on if you're off the grid.
Yeah, okay. Something like that.
What I don't understand is you're saying they're going to do that, but people who have had wells for decades now that have never paid for water to come into their house, they don't tax them for that. Why would they do it for power?
Listen, man.
Because power is not state run most of the time.
Because it's the government. They're never going to leave nothing alone.
Always government run.
These people pay taxes on repairs and keeping things up, so they pay all the taxes on that. Just like when Mike, he buys batteries and stuff like that, he's got to pay taxes on those. Just like anything that you buy, you pay taxes.
Well, I understand. I'm just saying.
But my point is that when it comes time, the government, here we go, like Barbecue Mike says, government and businesses are greedy. They're going to be like, wait a minute, man, we're losing money because of you.
Yeah, exactly.
And
they, like Gary said, they will create a law down the road to where they can make it legal to charge you for being off grid, because they're not going to let you completely fly under the radar.
Yearly property taxes should be a thing either.
But like Pete said, though, they'll take your property taxes if that's the case.
Yeah. They'll just add it onto your property tax somehow.
Right.
I know my brother, he's got a really good friend that he used to work with up here in Atlanta that moved to Florida. His complete house has been off the grid for years and years and years. He got way ahead of all of this solar stuff years ago. His house 100% off grid, but he still has to pay a minimum bill to the power company. Even though he's not hooked up to the power company, he has to pay a minimum bill every month of $35 to the power company. And it's been like that ever since he's been in Florida. He's been in Florida over 25 years.
Well, like you was talking about, wells and stuff like that, Pinks. I've seen those guys up north, because they don't have a shitter and they don't have city water, but they still got to pay some type of sewage.
Well, I have a septic tank, so
They don't even use the septic tanks. You know, they use a septic tank. They don't use city.
yeah. So I don't see why I'd have to pay. I
They
wouldn't.
still pay some kind of sewage.
So that's
Oh
ridiculous.
my God.
See, we don't have sewage here. I wish we had sewage coming out here, but we don't. So
But
'cause
like
I'd
I
rather have
said,
sewer line than pay. I'd rather pay for a sewer line than have this crappy septic in an area that doesn't fucking perk.
Oh, I hate
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
Septic
Gary,
should be-
like I was saying, so what I'm trying to do, so I do have a well, in which we dug it extra deep, so we have plenty of volume. I've got a septic that's larger than what we needed for the household. I paid extra for that. So then getting rid of the electric bills, working on that. The garbage bill, we don't have trash collection. We've got a dump in which that's out of your taxes. So we have no car payments, no credit cards, none of that, no loans. So what we're trying to do is get the house then paid off. And then the only bill each month is just going to be internet. And that's where we're trying to get to.
What about your taxes?
That's the thing. That's
Taxes here are very low. My taxes are around $2,400 a year.
What about utilities?
I have no
You got
utilities.
Well,
I've
right now
got-
he's got utilities. Right now he's paying.
Well, I've only got electric and internet, because the water, I have a well, and then I've
What
got
about gas?
Nope.
I don't.
He's total.
I don't
He's
have
total
gas.
electric.
I'm all electric.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have gas here either. They've got it down the road, but we don't have it here.
So, like I said, I'm trying to get it to where my bills are minimum, because I'm going to be 50, and I'm trying to, if I could pull it off, retire 56, 57. So
Okay.
that's what I'm working towards.
I don't know about y'all. Did y'all's gas prices go down? Ours went down like 12 cents.
I don't know. Yesterday I went and got gas and it was high. So
Yeah, mine's already went down twice.
Yeah, ours went down about a total of 12 cents. So
Ours
yeah,
is
it
went
went
down.
down.
Ours is
Well, it
went
might
down.
have gone down 12 cents, but it went up 30 before.
I know, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
It's gonna
yeah,
keep-
they get
it's
you.
gonna
Steps
keep
forward,
dropping.
one step back instead of the other way. It should be
So,
2 steps back.
Mike, do you have any type of propane backup or anything where you're at?
No,
Okay.
So wait, if you lose your power, Mike, then you lose heating, you lose everything?
yeah.
Oh, wow. That would
Then it-
suck.
Well, now he's going completely off grid, so he's going solar, so he will still have everything. It's just
I'll still
everything will
have
be run off of
everything.
solar and batteries instead of being on the grid.
Oh,
Connected
And
to
a
the power company.
generator backup.
When all our guys start got no power, he'll have power.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Basically,
yeah.
And
Hey,
the
Gary,
thing
let me
is,
ask you
where I'm
something.
at, power goes out monthly. We just had a power outage for about 3 hours. What was it? Yesterday? No, a couple days ago. And I was recording a video, and the wife comes in, and she's like, "Hey, the power's out at the house." And I smiled and I said, "Well, I got lights and heat in here." And she just so then I had to stop and go to the house and get everything all running and stuff like that. But monthly we lose power here. Whenever that there's a decent storm, and the longest outage that we've had is a day. So it's kind of a necessity to tell the electric company where to stick it.
You're on
Gary, I was
Duke-
going to ask you when Canada was going to do that blackout, and I know at least parts of Michigan was going to be affected. Is that usually just up in the upper UP? Will it ever reach down? Do they control your power?
So they buy a lot of power from them throughout the whole United States, actually, because they can transfer that stuff all over.
They can transfer through the grid, correct? But it would
Yeah.
probably hit Detroit. It would hit New York. And there was a third. There was
Minnesota,
another state.
Minnesota.
I know Detroit's not a state, but Detroit would be the
Minnesota,
most, affected.
I don't know,
out of,
Mike. I kind of have to disagree with that because every time I tell somebody I'm from Michigan, they say, "Oh, you're from Detroit."
Detroit City.
I remember talking to someone when I was a kid. They're like, well, "Where are you from?" "Oh, I'm from Illinois." "Oh, Chicago, bang bang."
There you go. Hey, do you know how? I'm telling you, I always thought Chicago was a state until I met Sublime.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to take
Explain
that.
yourself.
Well,
just don't take it, Sublime. Just let it roll.
Yeah.
sooner or
In
later,
one ear, out the other.
I believe that they will go after people that's doing the complete solar off the grid. One
Well,
way or the other.
I know what Salty was saying. I know is true in more places. Like in Arizona, I know people who are off the grid, but they still have to pay the power company because there's power lines at their house.
They got to pay
Yeah.
the connection fee,
But
right?
because they're there, they have to pay like $30 or $40 a month.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I
they
know
pay it.
Dick-
It's called it's maintenance is what they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dick has to pay $35 a month is what his electrical bill is.
Yeah, and it
He
helps
don't
pay
use
for
any.
things
He don't use no power at all, but he has to pay that bill every month because that's just the Florida law. So
But when you think about it, would you rather pay $35 or $350? I mean,
I'd rather pay the 35.
exactly.
But the upfront cost of what you're spending, like you even said in your video, you're only going to probably get about 5 years out of your batteries, and then you're going to be buying all new batteries. Okay, once you have to buy new batteries, are you going to be going back with that type, or are you going to be going with a more expensive battery that lasts longer?
I'll be going with the more expensive ones because you got to remember, when I bought those, that was before that I had a sponsor for the channel. So now I can get things much cheaper. So like the ones for the house are going to be much better brand with additional safety stuff in them.
Which
Okay.
Question on that. Another question on that though, and can you rebuild the batteries you got?
Yes. Yeah.
So there you got other ways to
Yeah,
access batteries.
and here's the thing. So in the shop, I'm going to have 2 inverters for the shop. I could have one of them fail. Everything is still up. I've got 24 batteries and 12 banks. If I have a battery that fails, I still have 11 banks going through. And I've got all the different. So I'm building redundancies into everything. So I'll never have, like an outage.
Yeah, I know when you pop that damn air compressor on that, some of it went black quick.
Yep. But you know what? That's a real video. And
Well, that is the best way to test that shit. See what the max is, see what you're allowed to run and what you're not. Because once you turned off them 2 little heaters and you turned off your what is them damn things called? Your air conditioners? I can't remember what name. Mini splits. Yeah, you were able to go over and flick your damn air compressor on it and run it with no problem.
he could have flicked that air compressor on if he'd had it set up the way I do most of mine.
I'm just wondering if you only was to turn off the 2 little heaters, because you had them set both to 1,500 watts each. So that's 3,000 watts alone by themselves. So if you was to turn just the 2 little bitty heaters off, I wonder if your air compressor, I wonder if your air compressor would have ran.
Well, I did. Remember, I turned off those 2 little heaters and then I turned off the mini split and I came over and flicked it and it went right on. So
Yeah, but I just wondered, could you have still done that just by turning off the 2 little heaters without turning off the mini split? Because that's 3,000 watts of power just on those 2 little heaters by themselves.
yeah, probably.
Because I noticed, like you showed, when you on the 4-post lift, or it was a 2-post lift, every time you hit the button, the lights would flicker.
Yeah, it was the 4-post, and that's because it was under load.
Yep.
Oh,
So like I was telling him, there's a way to prevent that, and it's capacitors. But
So you and I will talk offline on that.
Yeah.
Mike, we'll figure out the size of the caps, how to wire them
I'd have to
in.
do math, and that only happens when I'm at work.
Yeah, we'll do math in the daytime before the drinky starts.
I don't. That's only. You see what I'm drinking tonight, and it's gone, which is
I was going to say, and I know that you're immediately thinking, wait, I'm not drinking every, but every live stream you are.
well, at least 90% of the live streams he is.
Yeah.
I was up until a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know you said you were either slowing down or trying to quit or at least trying to keep.
I'm only drinking on Fridays and Saturdays now,
Oh, there
Okay.
you go.
and I'm not drinking near as much.
And I give you shit because I can't drink. So
Yeah.
Well, I drink and my belly shows it because I got a bad case of the Dicky do. My belly sticks out further than my Dicky do.
I decided to stop that. You know, it's not good for the diabetes or my liver.
yeah.
I'm not getting any younger. I do
No,
know that
we're
just
not.
leaning over the car and doing stuff the last couple of days. I think I pulled some muscles in my back.
No, but damn.
Dude, I pulled a muscle yesterday just by sitting on my ass.
I bet you did. Well, quit sitting
Dude,
on your face.
I'm not lying, dude. My brother had me come down his house and get on his lawnmower and just cut his leaves. Well, as I was going across the yard, the leaves was covering up a fucking pothole in his yard. And I was riding that zero turn, and everybody knows how rough a fucking zero turn is. They're great lawnmowers, but unless you buy like one of the top, like Aries or something that's got 4-wheel independent suspension with shocks, they're stiff. They're solid when you hit a hole. Well, I
Yeah,
hit
they
that
are.
damn hole and did not even know it. Dude, and my body jerked to the damn left, and immediately I felt something in my back pull. I was like, oh, shit, that hurt.
I
really
realized that I am
thought
going to have
you
to
were
cut my
gonna say
front
that
yard
you were
tomorrow.
gonna- you jack it off and went to go switch your hand and broke your back.
No, you know what? If it would have happened then, I would have been happy about that. But not when you can't see the pothole and all of a sudden your back tire falls into it and your body shifts. Boy, that shit hurt. I was like, oh Lord.
So hey, which car is that, Sublime? Is that your first one?
The second one, that's the 96 Cobra that I had.
Okay.
96 Cobra. Nice.
Only thing wrong with that car, you should have got a year before that.
The 95?
The
I like
95.
I had the
'Cause
96.
Why? The 96 had a better engine.
Yep.
You know what? I beg to differ that.
Four
It
valve B heads. Yeah, it was a better engine.
I still beg to differ that.
So
You're a 4-valve guy. I'm a push rod guy. So
I'm not going to disagree with you, Mike, but I have to say the 96 wasn't that good of an engine.
no.
Maybe later on they got better, yes, but the first ones weren't that great.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, it is hard to beat
What's
a
that,
good
the
push
4.6?
rod when it's running right.
Original 4.6?
Yes, that is original.
You
That first year from
realize
4.6.
that the
I like-
4.6 B heads have been built to over 1,000 horsepower, right?
Yeah, but stock, they kind of sucked.
Yeah, but we're
They suck
talking
because they
stock.
had the powder coated rods in them, the shit rods that Ford would put in.
Yeah, we're talking stock for stock, not built. Now built is, you can't count built because it's all according to how deep your pockets is of how much money you
Yeah,
want to spend.
All right, I can agree with that. Yep.
My pockets aren't very deep, but I am getting my engine slowly but surely. Every day I'm getting one thing done. Although I went to turn the tool in, the crankshaft tool today to get the alternator pulley tool.
Yep.
And the problem is that these AutoZones all have they have a part number. It's the 57275. And that is the newer version of the OEM tool. Now they also say also good is the 27275, the older version, which is in the little red boxes. Problem is they're not the same, even though it says they are on their damn computer. And all the AutoZones here have the old version, which doesn't have the right part for the Mustang. It has the H15s instead of the H17 sockets. And so I ended up not getting it. I ended up coming home, pulling the alternator out from my bench, putting it in the vise, and getting getting the one pulley off and putting the other one back on and getting it tightened down. I got it done. So
There you go.
I
That's
made
a
it
good
work.
thing.
Like I was saying, if it's not one thing, it's another.
It's
You know?
Oh, I agree with that 100%.
It's crazy though,
Yeah.
because your computer says, the alternate for it is the 27, the 27275. And I'm like, but it's not. It's a different tool. It's completely different because of the one part change. I mean, it shouldn't be considered the same. Doesn't work for the newer cars, or at least the
Joe, did you guys watch that video I posted in Car Peeps earlier about 5.0 Tussin at the track?
I didn't have time to watch it.
I
was
saw
busy
that
doing
one.
other
Yeah.
stuff.
I'll tell you what, that is one shifting motherfucker right there, boy. Ooh-wee.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he shifts
Did
good.
you see that last run? He hit the fucking wall in the air.
That I didn't see.
Yeah, the very last run. As soon as he let off the goddamn clutch, the car went straight right, and he let out of it. He just couldn't get out of it in time. He hit the wall in the air. The damn front wheels was in the fucking air when he hit the wall.
I haven't had time to watch it, so
So as long as he was on it, it was the suspension was loaded, everything was good. It got off it, the suspension unloaded, and just went.
Well, the thing of it is, like he says, the car don't have an anti-roll on it. So he even said in the video he won't bring it back to the track until the car gets an anti-roll, because the car is going right after so many runs. I think because before he went to the track, you seen he was changing those damn lower control arm bolts because they were bent, and I bet you he bent the shit out of the brand new ones that he put in too. Because once you see, if you go back that video and watch that very last run, dude, as soon as he let off the clutch, the car went right. I mean, literally, as soon as he fucking let off the clutch, it didn't go straight at all, period.
That sucks though that he hit He's fine
He
now,
did.
right?
Yeah, oh yeah, the car's fine too. He drove the car home. He didn't hurt the car. He just kind of scuffed the wall, mainly with the tire. He did hit it with a fender, but it just put a little bit of paint on the fender, so it
Did
wasn't
you
no big
see
deal.
that recent Mike Morello video to where he takes his Fox body, he's on it, and he's launching, he's about halfway down the track, and gets air, and 3 out of the 4 tires are in the air, and just like the right rear corner was still down, and he was able to get it back down under control, and it went to the left, and he was able to save it right as it was just barely kissing the wall. It was like one of the best saves that I've seen.
You know, a couple of weeks ago at Lights Out, Murder Nova done the same thing in his car. All 4 of his wheels come off the ground, and he was able, for some reason, the car, and Jesus was riding with him, because the car went up in the air and landed back down, but it landed hard. Then the car went left across the other lane and stuff like that. Thank God he didn't collect another car.
Yeah.
Just got to remember when
drivers are pretty damn good.
Yeah, because the thing of it is, a lot of people would panic in that situation, and that's the wrong thing to do. You can't never stop driving. You got to keep driving until you just can't drive it anymore.
I remember this one guy with an S10, and he had a V8 that he swapped into it, and I was at the tracks, and it was freaking hilarious. Terrible for him, but freaking hilarious. So he gets on it, he launches, he gets air, and I mean he's some serious air to where the front tires are about 6 feet off the ground. What does he do? He hit the brakes.
That's the wrong thing to do.
no.
And it went down and broke everything on the front end. And then he gets out of the car, comes down, starts yelling, "I need a tow!" all pissed off and stuff. It's like, dude, you did it to yourself.
Yeah, you can't hit the brakes, because when it slams down like that, normally it busts the oil pan because it damn compresses against the ground. You can ask Gary. I've seen that shit a bunch of times at the racetrack. People panic, hit the brakes, and it just slam. If it don't tear the front end all the shit, or bust the oil pan, it done both of them. Tore the front end all the shit and busted the oil pan.
It's always best to ride it out, baby.
Yeah, that's it. Just ride it out.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to understand that at that particular time, in that particular second, people's ass tenses up, and they're like, it's either shit or get off the pot. You know what I mean?
He wasn't ready to go to heaven. He was looking up, seeing heaven. He's like, I don't want to go yet.
It's just like driving on ice, man. The first thing people want to do when they start to slide is hit the brake.
That's the worst thing you could ever do,
lose
man.
all your theory.
Stop. Just give it gas.
Yeah. Usually, if you give it a little bit of gas, it'll usually drive itself out of it.
Yep.
So people don't think about that.
I know it's supposed to rain tomorrow now.
Yeah, we had a beautiful day today. We're still gonna have a beautiful day tomorrow, as far as temp wise, but rain. We're gonna
cutting the
supposed to get a
grass
little rain.
tomorrow. I didn't know it was supposed to rain tomorrow. I thought it wasn't raining until Saturday.
So Sublime, hopefully this works.
Damn it!
Uh-oh.
rain all day. Rexall wax. What are you flossing your teeth?
Oh, the dental floss.
In fact, I did open it and floss my teeth, but I'm changing the wing on the wife's car,
Yeah.
and I need something to cut it off. And they said use fish line, but it just broke it. So I'm going to try this.
Oh, so I've used both fishing line and dental floss.
Oh, you're talking about taking the glue off the back of
This
the trunk
doesn't
deck?
work so well. These I can't get this under there.
No, those don't work very well.
Yeah, you're talking about getting the glue. You're talking about getting the glue off the trunk deck, right, Gary?
Yes.
And the wax dental floss works.
Well, actually, I'm talking
well.
about getting the glue off the wing so I can get the wing off. You know,
Yeah.
try not to damage it. But I can get the glue off. That's not a problem. It's like cutting a damn windshield out.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, if you had a really, really thin piece of nylon string, and then lube it, and usually that works pretty good, and it won't scratch paint or nothing like that.
Yeah, well, I'm going to try
what
this.
dental floss is good dental floss anyway. I've had that flat nylon string we used to use at Boeing. That stuff works really well too.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, they ain't gonna be buying no cheap shit.
Well, you know, when I had the junkyard, man, to take the windshield out, I used to cut the hood cable release and pull the cable out, and I cut that to
Use the cable.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that damn rubber insulation it's got on it usually protected the window.
No. You take it out of that rubber insulation.
You need the steel.
Oh yeah, you just use the wire cable.
Yeah, and then it cuts right through that, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that damn shit they use on windows is sealed. That's some serious shit right there, buddy.
Oh yeah.
I've seen that shit. Well, I can't say I've seen it. I've done it. I busted a couple of windshields on that shit, and they always seem to bust in the corners. The worst place, and then the damn crack just kind of goes all the way across the fucking window. Then you just get mad. And kick the shit out of it, and it comes out then.
I used to have this guy, his name was Al Green, and he could pull a windshield faster than anybody I ever seen, and he was only one-legged.
Damn.
He only had one leg, man. He could pull those windshields out, and he'd hop through the yard with that one leg and carry that windshield out, slap it in your car faster than you could go to lunch, come back.
I have actually never done a windshield myself. I've always had somebody else do it. You know, I've always paid to have it done. The one thing I did have to do, when I had a minivan once, and I got the windshield. They came and did they were doing it at my house, and he pulled the windshield out when I can't replace it, you know, because of their warranty, because of the rust and everything that was around it. I'm like, okay. So he left, and I went to work, and I got, you know, the grinder, and I cleaned it all up, and then I painted it all and got it all nice and ready. And the next day he came back and replaced the windshield.
So Sublime's woman, we've been out in the vet all day today.
Yeah.
Oh, Kim been out driving the vet, huh?
She's been driving that car like I was like a movie star.
Hey, that's what it was bought for.
Yeah. Very nice.
Sublime, did you go back to work this week?
Yeah. I already worked
Did you?
Monday, Tuesday, and today. I'm off tomorrow. Got no estimate scheduled for tomorrow though, so I get to sleep in.
Nice.
Oh, y'all got rain up here tomorrow?
No, just I don't have any estimate scheduled for tomorrow. And
Oh, it's just kind of slow right now until y'all get kicked in high gear.
yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine you're savoring these damn days off, because I imagine here it won't be too much longer. You'll be praying for a day off.
Yeah, pretty much.
I should have, but I didn't.
You'll be ready for Ford takeover by the time it gets here. You'll be like, fuck, a break, finally.
Hell, he's been off work for 6 months.
It ain't been 6 months. No, just go back to your bonbons, you damn bully.
When did you stop work? Was it November or December?
Early December.
Early December. Yeah, I thought so. It was pretty late in the year this year.
Yeah, because last year I think you stopped in November, right? Instead of December?
Maybe mid to late November. It's usually within a 2 to 3 week time frame.
Yeah.
Weather.
But I think, didn't you go back to work a little bit late in 24? Didn't you go back to work a little bit late because of the weather y'all had or something like
I
that?
think so, but I'm not sure.
He don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I could have
How
swore
people
you were
buy
off a
weed.
little bit longer than normal because I think y'all had like a late rainstorm or whatever, snowstorm or something that came
Yeah, I
in.
got the Mustang out for the first time today too this year.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
How did she
Cool.
run?
I bet that felt good as hell.
it did.
How did she
She ran real good.
Good.
Who cleaned it?
It was already clean. I cleaned it.
Oh.
Did you race Kim? You should have raced Kim.
No,
Damn it.
He's like, damn, we just got the vet. I want to keep it around a while.
yeah.
Which car is faster, T500 or the Vet?
Wait, what, Mike?
Which car is faster?
Probably the Mustang, just because it's tuned. It's not stock. You know what I mean? It's got a pulley change.
What's up, Dales?
What up,
But
Dale?
otherwise, it would have been the Vet would have been faster, stock for stock.
Not necessarily, because her vet stock wheel horsepower is probably 575, 585. It's got a cold air intake and exhaust, so that probably adds what, 10, 15, maybe 20 horsepower at the
Probably.
most.
It's pretty respectable though.
So yeah, 595. But stock, my car is 700 to the wheel. So I mean, it would be close
What
because
are the weights of the two cars?
mine's 4,200, hers is 3,500.
Yeah, 700-pound weight.
Ooh, that would be a close race.
Yeah,
Power to
see,
weight
here's the
ratio
thing though
there is
too.
pretty close.
The traction control system on the Corvette is much better than the traction control system on the Mustang.
Well, that's just a Ford traction control issue.
Yeah.
I when I'm racing mine, I unhook it. When I'm doing the drag strip, I completely unhook mine. I unplug it.
Well,
lose
if I
it.
do that, then I'm just spinning. Because
Yeah,
like,
you've done it before, haven't you?
yeah, I mean, if we were racing from a dig, she'll
Yeah.
probably beat me from 0 to 50, 0 to 60.
Yeah, then the legs at 500 is gonna kick in and go right on by her.
Yeah.
If you can catch her within the length of the 8th mile. If she gets a
60,
big
yeah.
enough, if she gets a big enough jump, you might not be able to run her down.
I think in the 8th she might have you. I mean, at
Yeah.
least stock. If you were
I
stock.
would think to 100, I'd probably eventually run her down. 200 miles an hour.
You could possibly,
I
yeah.
just realized
So
I
I can see that.
I'm going to be able to do 100 mile an hour in the 8th anymore.
Well, my question is that how fast, how quick would her car RPM up and get the car moving to 100 miles an hour?
Wait, say that again, Gary?
So, would her car, how fast does it get to 100 miles an hour?
Pretty fast.
2 years.
I did like a 20 mile an hour pull, and it was first, second, third, bing, bang, boom, and you were at 100.
Okay. Now compare that to the Shelby 500.
Damn, what's all that noise in the background?
Hey, sorry.
Same thing. I mean, the Shelby gets to 100 pretty darn quick too.
Well, which one do you think gets to 100 quicker?
That's tough. Like I said, I think it would be fairly close. I mean, probably
Best
mine.
thing to do is take them to
but
the
not by a
track and
lot.
just run them.
No.
Nah, best thing to do is take them to the track and just run them. Let you make a pass on one, and then let you make a pass on the other one.
Well, I
Because
got
it
my
wouldn't do
own
any.
track about a mile from my
Yeah.
house.
It wouldn't do any good for Kim to make the pass because she don't know how to ship like you do.
I got my own track. It's a 3-lane road, all concrete, nice and smooth. About 2 miles from my
Doesn't
house.
have to shift.
Oh, is that place that you guys race at?
Yeah, but
No.
No. It's where they drive
No,
straight.
that was in Mexico, dude.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
a Mexico. Yeah, but
Yeah, when you-
that Corvette's got paddle shifters on it, don't it?
It does.
Yeah. If it say yeah. It's always going to damn be faster if you can
I
switch
will
it.
say this: they shift themselves way better than you do.
Lay down. Lay down, you stupid dog.
I don't
I'm
want
not laying down.
I'm too old and fat. If I lay down, it'll be
Zoe.
a minute before I get up.
You want to go back in the cage?
No, I don't.
You're going to go.
You're not putting
What
me
is
back
she-
in the cage,
Can't
man.
make me.
I'm not going.
Is she rambunctious tonight? Got a lot of energy.
Oh, yeah, every damn night. She goes through right about this time frame. She goes through her thing where
Get
she's
out
bonkers.
and run,
I just
Need a-
Googled,
run.
2024 Mustang Shelby GT 500, 100 miles an hour, 0 to 100 in approximately 6.7 seconds. And I did the same thing for the Corvette, and it's 6.2 seconds. So it's fucking close as hell.
Wait,
Oh,
say
yeah,
that again.
it's
What were the
close.
times?
The Shelby is 6.7 seconds from 0 to 100, and the Z06 Corvette is 6.2 seconds from 0 to 100.
Really? Wow.
That's close.
5 seconds faster.
So when you say close, you meant close. So that's got to be the weight, right? When you say
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The weight and the traction control. Like I said, the Corvette puts the power down pretty darn good when the traction control's on, whereas the Shelby does too. But with that Mustang, when you punch it off the line, it's literally eventually after a second or two, it kicks in. And by then, you're already freaking 4 car lengths behind.
Because that's the weight of the car at
Oh no,
4,200
it's just the
pounds.
traction control. Like I said, the traction control system for the Mustangs, not just the Shelbys, all Mustangs, are
Yeah.
freaking so conservative that they pull way too much power back for way too long before they give it all to you, or at least most of it.
That's
Now
why. That's why when I'm racing, I go up and I unplug a plug.
Yeah, and that's only if you're driving a tire that you know is not going to spin, or at least going to spin very limited. You know, obviously, if you're on a street tire, you can't do that because then you're just going to freaking haze the tires.
You're gonna blow them off. You're gonna blow them off.
Yeah.
The Z06 Corvette 2000, I did 2015 Corvette Z06. 0 to 60 is 2.95 seconds, and the Shelby 0 to 60 is 3.3 seconds. So fuck
Yep.
yeah, close as hell, man.
Yep.
Yes, they are. Them
Yep.
two cars are like really, really close.
Yep.
The 500's an aluminum block, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they had to cut weight somewhere.
Other than like the Godzilla. The Godzilla?
Wait, what?
The iron blocks. What do they have that's still got an iron block now? It's the Godzilla is iron block, I think, isn't it?
That's about it. Yeah, as far as
Yeah, they do
Godzilla-
got an iron block Coyote too.
The Megazilla may actually be. They have an iron block Coyote.
Yes, sir.
I thought they were all aluminum.
Aftermarket iron. They got iron block Coyotes.
Aftermarket. I'm not talking aftermarket. I'm talking.
Oh well, you didn't specify, so I didn't know.
Okay, but now doesn't the Vet, is they got aluminum block or cast iron?
that, I don't know. I'm guessing cast
I don't
iron, but
know.
I could be wrong.
What is that? An LS? Which LS is that?
I
Or
know some of those came with aluminum blocks though.
Yeah, some did.
I wonder if that's only in the ZR1.
No, the 06 and some of the regular ones I think have. Well, no, I actually don't know.
I don't know.
I don't keep up enough with the vets.
Google.
We need stupid fast in here.
yeah,
Hell, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure if the ZR1 came with aluminum block. I'm just assuming for the price, you would think that particular car would have an aluminum block for as much as they charge for that.
Well, I know the
motherfucker,
new
but
one
I
does.
could be wrong.
I know the new one does. It's an
Yeah,
aluminum block,
I could be totally wrong on it. So,
but I don't know about the C7.
like I said, as much as those C7 ZR1s are going for, even used ones, boy, they are proud of those motherfuckers, boy.
Oh yeah.
That is a car that has
still a couple hundred
carried
pounds.
its value very well. I
Even
will
the
say that.
C6 ZR1s still carry value well.
Yeah, I will say them cars are carrying their value really well.
What
man.
are the
So-
what are the C7 Z01s? They're still going over 200,000, right?
No, you can get. I saw one for sale in the Corvette forum. It was, oh dude, it was freaking the perfect car. It was Sebring orange, pretty low miles, and he wanted 160 for it.
Oh, okay, that's actually
Okay,
not
so here we go. It says the C7 and C8 Corvettes 2014 through 2020 and 2020 to present all have aluminum engines.
Oh, well, there you go. You
Okay.
got aluminum engine, your
Answers.
Black.
Asked and answered. Hi, Blue. What's up? You want your butt rubbed?
Oh, I thought you meant Ford Blue.
Yeah, I thought
That's
it
right, we know.
was blue.
I was looking in the chat. I was looking in the chat for Blue. yeah.
No,
Hey, you don't never know. Blue might come out and say, yeah. You don't never know about Blue these days. He might surprise you with his answer.
But yeah,
I
so
ain't giving 4 blue butt rubs. How's that?
even with the Shelby and the Vet though, the weight is probably what makes the biggest difference because of the horsepower, right?
Why? What's
Yeah,
that?
hell, you're talking 700 pounds. That's shit. That's a lot of weight.
And then factor in the driver, and it's almost another 100 pounds.
Right.
True. Because they say what every 100 pounds is a tenth, right?
I don't know if that applies to everything. I know for snowmobiles it applies for that. I'm not sure if that applies for cars or what.
I would
I've
think-
always heard that for
I
cars.
think
Is what
that's
I've
up
always
to a
heard.
certain horsepower, and after that, it's not the same.
That
Yeah.
probably don't matter at that point. But I imagine weight does play a big part though, because you
I
see
would
these
go
guys.
with cars too.
You see these guys, they'll build a car one year and then they'll learn something from that car. And it's like, well, we could have saved weight here. So let's just build a whole nother fucking car instead of because they say it's cheaper and easier for them to build a whole brand new car than to cut out what they could have cut out in a previous car and put in the lighter weight shit.
Dude,
I
Hey,
guess,
Gary.
I guess fabrication is fucking expensive as
I've
shit.
seen some 450, 100-pound dudes get out of these race cars.
Oh
Gary,
yeah, you look at that guy, Stinky Pinky, Dean Carnes. Look how big that motherfucker is. He ain't no small fella. He's a big old fella.
Gary, see what you can find on the quarter mile times for both cars and 8th mile times for both cars.
Hold on a second. I hit it all here.
What was that? What did you say, barbecue? You got to make sure both drivers are awake and not making sandwiches at the light. Is that?
Oh boy, here we go. Mike, I think you're driving off the road, sir. You might want to keep focus on the wheel there.
All right. So quarter mile, the Corvette is 10.95 seconds at 127 miles an hour.
Okay. Which is right about what the 500 is stock.
Okay, hang on. And then the 500 is really? You're not going to show me that one?
Really? Damn you, Google.
Quarter mile at 10.7 seconds. Top
Close. Close.
So I mean that's
Real
nothing.
close.
It's really close, but it doesn't give me the mile per hour though. But you probably pretty much the same.
You
Yeah.
know what? You know what that would come down to, Gary? That would come out damn tree reaction. Whoever's gonna get off the line first,
I'm
you're
gonna
probably
guess-
gonna win that
I'm
race.
going to guess the GT 500 quarter miles getting at about a 130 to 132 because it has to do some catch up from that because it's losing in the first part of the race.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, but it only lost by 2/10. I don't know if the mile per hour would go up that
I
high.
think the mile per hour would be close with both cars.
I think it's
Yeah.
going to be it's going to be like I think 130.
Well, the vet was what 127 point something. Then yeah, so you look at it's only 2/10. Yeah, it's gonna be put it right around 130. You're real close to that.
It's not giving me
Math
an eighth.
in my
It's
head.
not giving me eighth mile. It's only giving me quarter mile.
Okay.
But still, I mean, it'd probably still be just within the same closeness.
Yeah, it's reaction time. When they're that close, it's all about reaction time at that point.
The
Whoever
Explorer
gets
was
offline
black, Mike.
first is gonna win.
It was black, Mike. Get it right.
So
Get
I
your
looked
colors
it
up.
up here and it tells me GT 500 is 11.3 at 132.
11.3.
11.3.
That's what that's the first answer I get.
So
Yeah.
you ran into tens in stock, didn't you? Sublime?
No, I never ran the car when it was stock.
Oh, I thought you did. Other than tires, when you and Carmob and Gary and all y'all met up there at Milan.
No, his car was stock. Mine was already tuned.
So Carter
Oh, okay,
Driver
okay.
tested a 2020 and did 60 mile in 3.6. Did an 11.4 second quarter mile at 132. That's just what I was reading.
So estimated eighth mile for the vet is like 8.4.
Hey, good night.
It also depends on, you know, when
Does
they
this
did
every
the
time I get
testing,
on the goddamn live.
how hot it is, and
Yeah, but if you're running the same day, the same, you know what I'm saying, you still got the same conditions.
yeah. This guy's saying he ran his. I'm on a forum now. His best times was 11:35 to 11:42 at 127 to 128 mile an hour.
And this
I
right
bet.
here, 8th mile for the Shelby was 6.9.
Yeah.
That's
Thinks
okay.
I bet you that's on stock tires too, not the tires
Right.
that
It's
the Limes
Ford-
got.
regular people. This is just regular people talking. What's up, T?
What's up, T. Hessler? Mr.
Hey
Teabagger
guys,
himself.
I'm gonna drop down for a little bit. I'm gonna use my shop vac and may jump on a little bit later.
Okay.
All right.
All right, there, buddy.
Thanks,
Bye,
Big.
Better, Mike.
All right, see you guys.
I'm gonna put on me. Jack, you do not need to go outside. You lay your ass right there.
I just like that the GT500 can come to a stop from 70 miles an hour in 150 feet. That's pretty good.
All right, look up that same thing for the Corvette. I bet it's pretty damn close. Those
man,
carbon ceramic brakes are no
you're
joke.
gonna make me look shit up for let's see. What year is that
No,
again?
he's not making you. It seems like you volunteered yourself.
Did we lose Mach 1 too?
Yeah, we lost Gary. I don't know what happened.
20. What year is that? 2018?
15,
15? Whatever. 2015
basically the same car.
at Z06. Braking. Let's see what I get. 06, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, this is it's a 4.5 seconds. I didn't want seconds. I wanted to know how, and that was yeah, trying to find the same information on two different cars. It doesn't want to give it to you.
Sure, there's a YouTube video somebody did.
I don't look up videos. I look up actual. Let's see.
Dog, you're fucking aggravating. I just want you to know that.
Let's see. I look up the same way I looked the other one up. So there's the 100 mile and 6.6, 150. Oh, 70 to 0 mile per hour
I'm
braking.
on the computer. They can hear you.
Wait, what pace?
It's 152 feet according to this, which
Now
is
he's letting his goddamn
longer
dog.
than the GT500.
So 152 feet for the Corvette, you
You
said?
do this shit. You
Okay,
cause this
yeah.
shit.
So from
You-
0 or 70 to
just
0, it's 150 feet for the GT500, 152 for the Corvette Z06. But the 0 to or 100 to 0 for the Corvette is 275 feet, and the GT500 is 299 feet.
Really? So the Corvette
higher
slows down
speed.
better from 100?
Speed, it can stop faster than the
Carbon ceramic brakes, man. That's why.
and lighter weight.
And lighter weight, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, so your car and my car, from if you slam on the brakes at 70, they stop about the same time, same
the same.
distance. But from 100 miles an hour, yours will slow down quicker than
Not
mine.
that much faster.
Yeah.
See, it's about 24 feet sooner, or 24 feet.
Well, I got to say, my 21 Mach 1 runs 12 twos in a quarter mile.
That's about what I was running in the quarter mile. My best times were 12.2.
But that's what Joe Schmo's driving, and not
Before I
Scary
put the
Gary.
football on it.
Not scary, Gary.
Scary Gary will get that sucker at 11.9, 11.8.
I got to
Leave
figure
him.
out how to get mine fast, but I'm gonna have to change the rear end gearing again.
I ain't worried about going fast. I just like having fun.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna need to re-gear mine. I'm gonna have to change it because right now it's running the automatic gears.
That's another thing I was shocked at is the rear end gear ratio that comes in her car. I think it's a 271.
No idea.
Really?
Yeah, that blew my mind. Maybe because it's a transaxle. I don't know.
Floor and stuff on it, maybe. I guess.
High revving. What's it rev to?
Only 6,500.
Really?
Yeah.
You have to get the tag off the door and see.
Wait, to get tag off the door for what?
It'll tell you what rear end and everything you got.
Hold on. I brain farted there for a second. Say that again.
Tag on the door with the VIN number and everything
Yeah.
to tell you everything about that car.
Well, it'll just tell you details of what the car comes with.
It tell you what the car comes with, and it'll tell you what rear end and everything's in the car.
Oh, yeah. No, actually, hold on. I've got the freaking Carfax report right here. It might even say it here. And you know what? If it's not here, never mind. I know where to find it. Hold on. I can find it in
On
the
the
text.
door.
I don't think it'll say the gear on the door.
It won't say the gear, but it'll give you a code so you can look the gear
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, no, like I said, I have a text that's got the window sticker on it and it says it there. Hold on.
Oh God. Why did you do that?
I don't know why Sublime doing it.
I'm talking to my phone.
Did Sublime knock himself off?
No, I just got quiet.
He ain't here.
No, I'm still here. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
He's there.
Car in the picture.
Yeah, I'm looking at the window sticker right now, trying to find it. Hold on.
Yeah, because you figure the wheel size, the tire size, all that has to do with the rear end, right?
It's a 342 rear end. Sorry, limited slip 342.
Nice.
So yeah, just imagine if you put a 373 on that sucker.
That might hurt it.
Well, it would help it probably for 0 to 60 and
Not
0 to
really.
100.
Because like I
No?
said, you got to figure the size of the wheels and tires and everything makes a difference on that too.
Yeah, they do. Those it's got some meats in the back.
You know.
I'm thinking maybe I go with the 373 gears.
So we have to decode using
The performance package, I believe. Isn't that right? The performance package comes 373s
On what? The C7?
on the Mustang.
Oh, yes, it does.
Yeah, because I'm running 331s right now. I had 355s, I think. It
Yeah,
was.
355s. Yep.
Yeah, I had 355s, and I moved to 331s for when but I need to go to a 373.
Yeah, I got 373 in the Mach 1. Kim's got 373s in her Shelby.
Right. I'm thinking I need to switch to that for running now. It'll help the guy when they carjack you to get away from you quicker. Nice.
What I love best about those both cars is now that hers has the exhaust on it, they both sound amazing, dude. Oh, the exhaust on her car sounds so good under wide open throttle.
So good.
And it's not even broke in yet.
No, I know. That's what I was telling Kim today. You had 410 gears in a Shelby. It would really blow the tires off.
I don't
If it
want
is-
410 gears.
If you
Yeah.
have 410 gears with a blower on it, it's not good. You want to
No.
Yeah. I'm not going to have a blower, but I'm thinking I could go 410s in mine.
Yeah, 410s would help you greatly without the blower.
410s are good for NA cars, not boosted.
Right.
Problem is I want it to get better gas. I don't want it to get that better gas mileage.
Yeah. See,
Okay.
I'm going to start driving it.
I got 410s in the Fairmont.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I would too in the Fairmont.
Hey, T, if they try to do that, I'll just introduce them to my friends, Mr. Smith and Mr. Wesson.
Were they queers?
Why? You interested?
I just heard last names. No. Hey, I got to go, guys.
All
Bye,
right,
buddy.
baby. Take care, brother.
Have a good one, Beba.
Peace out, gentlemen.
Later.
Gary, don't say broken with Chicago's crime being so bad. It could be a home invasion and both cars are missing.
Yeah, like I said, my Security guards, Mr. Smith and Mr. Wesson will quickly address them.
I got beagles, dude. I don't care if there's something comes around this house, they're going.
Whoa. That kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this dumb dog would probably lick him to death.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. If you're talking about a husky, yeah, it's
Yeah.
likely. I've got a German Shepherd in tow, so we've got that for the Bark Nation. The husky, she's too nice. Ford Performance installation kit. I wonder if I need that.
The Mach 1 can reach 60 miles per hour, approximately 4.1
Yeah.
seconds.
Nice.
Wait, say that again, Gary?
The Mach 1 can reach 60 miles an hour in 4.1 seconds.
There you go.
But so as long as it takes me to get to 60, you get to 100.
There's a slight bit of power difference there.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of these days I'll do a video of both cold starts. Like, do one, let it run for a little bit, turn it off, and then do the Shelby in the same video and see which one sounds. But on video,
It never sounds good. No.
it doesn't sound the exact same. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I do.
But they both sound really good at cold start. I'll say that.
This sucks. So I'm looking at this this Ford Performance ring and pinion installation kit. It costs just as much as the gears do, but it's all new bearings and seals and all that, which you kind of need when you do it.
Yeah, it's best to do it, change them when you're doing it.
But they used to sell the loaded rear ends, which weren't that much more. But they don't. I don't think they sell them anymore. Not with the rear end I want.
Oh
I
shit!
got the one with the 355s in it for. Oh God, the price has gone up. It's $1,100. It's $1,200 now.
I just noticed in my avatar you can see that badass Bronco Raptor in the background.
Oh yeah. Let me
You
see.
zoom in on it.
I'm gonna zoom in it.
What's going on, Dale Adventures?
I see it.
Mike, that's the plan. That's the plan.
I'm hoping to have both my Mustangs there this year too. Mine and my wife's.
Oh man, yeah, we're gonna have mine and my wife's there too.
Yeah. That's
Cute.
6 parking spaces right there.
Yeah. I'm not planning on bringing a truck and trailer this year. My cars don't like to stay in the trailer for some reason.
Kind of like this dog, the restless.
Yeah. I'm not even sure I'm going to bring. I don't even think I'm going to bring drag radials with me.
Yeah, if you're not boosted, there's no sense in doing. Don't save the trouble. Just make it all about the cruising and the enjoyment.
Yep, exactly. I still, still take it down. I do have a set that I could drive on, but I wouldn't want to because they're old.
Say that again, Barbecue Mike.
Yeah, what the hell are you talking about there, Mike?
Because of our mobile home. You think you got to drag that down there with you? You got the truck to do it. You're driving it now.
I might not be going because of our mobile home. What does that mean?
I don't
I
know.
don't know. It sounds to me like he's just trying to get out of it.
You got a lot of explaining to do, Lucy.
Lucy.
Lucy, Goosey, Lucy.
Motive Gear Super 88.
I might not going to take a why. We got to have a reason.
Because of his mobile home is not a good reason. We
Yeah.
don't know why.
We need elaboration. Elaborate. Unless he's got some maintenance that he has to do that might dig into his finances.
Moped, epic adventure, bro. That better be a trike.
Better be a turbo moped, otherwise it's going to take you a while to get there.
Oh boy.
Turbo pad. That just sounds bad.
Yeah, race car moped.
RS differential.
A race bike, a race moped.
Because it is lighter, a lot lighter.
God, I am gonna have to pull that rear end out and swap it over to the subframe. I so much work to do on my car. And I'm getting like one little thing done a day. That's it. But at least I'm getting stuff done.
Boy, I'm telling you what, man, that freaking 67 Ford Fairlane you did a short on today sure is freaking nice.
Yeah. Did I do that? Oh,
Was it
Oh,
today?
Gary. So what'd you think of that blackout on the license plate thing?
Yeah, if you're just gonna do like videos and stuff like that, but here in Michigan, you go to jail.
Yeah. Here, hold on, Pinks. I'll send it to you.
and our two toilets broke in half and flooded the front part of the house and part of the back. Oh, Jesus. 2 toilets? Oh, because they froze.
Yeah, but that's not until we're not going to Ford Takeover until September.
Yeah, it's a lot of money to fix all that up.
Oh my God, Mike. Sorry to hear that, bro.
That does suck.
His furnace stopped working and his 2 toilets broke in half and flooded the part of the house and part of the back and front bedroom. Damn, sorry to hear that, man. Oh, hopefully you can get her done.
He'll
My
get it.
call.
I got faith in him.
I got more faith in him getting that done than me getting my shit done.
Oh shit. I'm tired.
So am I. I'm still not used to this whole time change. It affects me so much more when the older I get.
You know what though? I'm gonna tell you something. The other way around, it really bothers me. This way it bothers me, but not as much.
Yeah, I think I'm the opposite.
Yeah. The spring forward don't bother me. It's the fall back that bothers me.
Check out that short I just sent you, Pinks.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
It's pretty cool.
Well, that's illegal.
Yeah. But like I say, if you're recording videos and you don't want anybody to see your plate, it's a lot, all you gotta do is push a button and
Well,
poof,
that
there
is
goes.
nice, but I know as dark as those are, even with them turned off, that a lot of states that's illegal. Even then, that tenting over your license plate.
Oh yeah.
I've been pulled over for that before. And
Oh yeah,
people having
even
to
the
take it off.
they'll get you. You black them out like that, they're really gonna get you. But yeah, the thing about it is that yeah, if you're doing a video and stuff like you said earlier, that would be perfect.
Yeah, great. Or put it on to be able to take your pictures, so that you don't have to put your thumb up there when you're taking pictures of your car, because you don't want people to know what you're like.
Right.
Me, I have my license. They're up there. People can read them.
Yeah,
I
people
don't-
read mine too.
You limping?
It's Pink's Garage and C Pink.
Your foot asleep? Yeah.
Well, dog sled's not on the screen right now, sweetie.
So T, hope everything went okay in Maryland, brother.
Oh, here we go. He can tell you all about it.
There you go.
Well, what is going
Ooh,
on?
food
Welcome.
poisoning. Ah, that sucks.
You know what that ceiling fan's for, don't you?
Cooling off?
Spinners when they hang from the fan.
Why does that look like a
Right.
different ceiling fan than I'm used to?
Because it's the same, just the ambiance has changed.
Ah.
Sit back, relax. Let me take you back on this funky sounds. Take
Hey
a
T,
ride.
tell us what's Salty's idea of ambiance.
Shit. That some bitch fart. You know what his is? His thing with romantic evening with a woman and anything inviting with a lighter is him farting and holding the lighter there to blow methane fart. Look, hon.
Hey. Oh, you know what? I just read yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Because of the voice you just used, one of my favorite morning show DJs or morning show radio hosts died yesterday. I think it was yesterday or day before.
Man, that
Who?
sucks.
It was Bob Rivers. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He was in Seattle for 25 years. He retired back to I think Maine or Connecticut, and he was only 68 when he died.
Wow.
Or
He was-
Bob Sarop, and not Bob Rivers.
Bob Rivers and Twisted Tunes. He was in Seattle is where he got.
Yeah.
But it really sucked because he was only 68, but he died the same way my mom did, esophageal cancer
That sucks.
Jeez.
at 68. So he lived a little bit longer than she did, but not much.
That really sucks, man.
It does, because he was retired finally. He retired. He'd made a good big. They were for, I think until the last year they were still doing a podcast together. Him and the other two guys. But the other two guys still live in Seattle. But yeah, it was a show I listened to every day. Every morning, and then when it changed stations and he went to a mid-morning show, I still listened to it. It was like I had a day of radio shows I listened to all day long.
I'm back.
Back in black.
Sorry. I've been out walking this damn dog.
Oh, you missed it, Salty. We talked about your idea of ambiance.
Oh, I could hear everything. I just had my phone muted.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, honey, check out this romantic lighting.
Have you
Hi,
ever heard
Salty.
the song "Dirty Deeds Done with Sheep"?
Uh-huh.
Done with
That's
sheep.
Twisted Tunes from Bob Rivers.
Yeah.
So that's one of their songs.
That's the song that Salty lives by. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap.
No, "Done with Sheep."
Or both.
Oh. So Bly's
Done
trying to
dirt
get me
cheap with
started.
sheep.
So Bly's
Oh.
trying to get me started on him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, fellas. I got food poisoning Sunday morning. Was slated. I was going to my buddy that I grew up with, best friend I grew up with. His mom passed. I was going to her celebration of life. Man, I was throwing up, going at the other end, feeling weak as hell, just run down. Then I had to turn around and drive 14 hours back. And man, that was a struggle. I stopped in South Kakalaka, slept for 5 hours, got up for an hour, and then pulled over for another hour.
That damn
Got
tube steak
back.
shot a load down your throat, didn't it?
It's salty you wish.
Hey,
That real-
I
Sublime,
didn't say it was mine.
is that your old front end in the front of their shop there? I think on the wall.
It's probably that Rusty Wallace hood.
No, it's
Yeah.
not a hood. It's a front end.
Front end.
Sublime. I didn't see he was muted.
Oh, guys, I finally pulled the trigger and bought that toolbox. I got it for $180, the 5-drawer General. Yeah, they gave me another
U.S.
10%.
General at their Harbor Freight.
Yeah, I got another 10%
box.
off of it. Yeah, you use their credit card, you pay 0% interest for 6 months. I'm like, too easy. And they
Just
gave me
send me-
another 10 off.
Just sent me a message, bro. I could have got it for you even cheaper than that.
Yeah, I got
I
it.
did
And
send you a message, and I never got anything back.
You didn't send me nothing. I ain't got no
Talk
damn
to you
text,
about it.
mistext. I ain't
Man,
got no mistext from
Right,
you.
I didn't send a text. You are correct. We talked to each other about it online.
now,
And yeah,
Gary,
Pinks, that's the old front bumper sitting on top of the fridge.
Okay, that's what I thought it was.
they didn't have the orange, Gary. I ended up getting the what? Plum purple crazy.
Oh, nice. I like the purple. I do like
Yeah.
that purple.
I was like, man, this, and actually, it's really cool. They did a really good job on that purple. So they
Now,
ran
you
out of
got
orange
the
quick.
5-drawer, the cool cart, right?
Yeah, I got the 5-drawer cart. Yes, sir.
Yeah, they have those in the shop at work. They have gray ones though because they were boring.
Yeah.
But those things are nice, and they have those things kitted out. I mean, just so they've got as many tools in those damn things as I have in my 42-inch. Yeah,
I'm surprised at the room and the volume and the thing. And
if you do it right, you can actually add a side box onto them.
I don't know what I can do, but I'm satisfied for right now. And it fits it fits my space that I had for it and everything else. So it's good.
That's awesome. I would love to have one in my shop if I had enough room because they're nice to pull around with you.
Yeah. Yeah, but I thought of Gary. I was like, Gary, they're out of orange. I got to go with purple. And then I got it loaded in the car. I'll put on a little Prince. Purple rain, purple
Oh, my.
rain.
I do love that purple color they have, but they don't have it on all their boxes.
No, sir. No, sir. But pretty cool.
Yep. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab another water.
You got that toolbox just to work on BMX bicycles?
And I got my Harley. I got my truck, you ding dong.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you got all that.
Yeah.
You ain't going to work
So-
on that damn truck. You going to pay somebody else to work on it.
No, I'll do what I can on it,
Well, true.
you know. So, well,
Yeah,
other than that, man.
oil changes are pretty easy, buddy. They ain't
Well,
hard.
the only thing, you know, I think it's things like 10 quarts of oil. Getting rid of 10 quarts of oil is cheaper
It
for
ain't-
me to go to the dealership.
Let me ask you something. Have you checked on base to see if it's possible for you to go over there and
Yeah, they
dump
got
your
it,
oil
but it's
where they
only-
got?
Yeah, it's old. It's ran down and ratty looking. I don't know if I trust to putting a car on the lift up there.
Oh, trust me. If they use it every day on base, it'll hold your
No,
car.
this is an old one, Salty. They got way in the back for shop use. I know what you're speaking of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went
No, I was
back
talking.
there.
I was talking about disposing of your oil.
Oh yeah,
I just wonder if they
Oh.
would let you dump that where they dispose of their oil.
yeah. I ain't too sure, but yeah, I'm good.
Oh, hey, shit! Don't hurt the ass.
Joey, you
Worst
just
thing they
went
can
out.
say
I
is
don't
no.
want to hear it.
Yeah, worst thing they can say is no, bud.
That's true. Sublime. Let's be nice, okay?
You
I
don't
mean,
want
you should be used to rejection anyway, because I mean, only the fat girls say yes to you. So
Shit.
you know, I don't know what my dog would do if she couldn't go outside and do zoomies at least twice or 3 times a day. Because in the house, it's just too tight.
I hear you.
Not Fiona. Fiona's fine. Fiona goes out there and plays with her, but Blue has to get out there and run and just like hard run.
Damn.
shit, my dog, all she been doing is zooming around in circles, shitting. She has been shitting her brains out.
Oh,
Oh, I'm glad, man. I'm glad she's using the bathroom. Hell, dude, she went 7 days, couldn't use the bathroom. I had to take her to the vet twice.
damn. That sucks.
I had a
Yeah.
dog do that. My old dog Kenzie did that when we took her to a car thing one time. Because when she was not at the house in her yard, she wouldn't go to the bathroom. We
Oh, I
couldn't
had
get
anxiety.
Oh, it took forever until
How long?
3 days. She didn't pee or poop.
Oh, mine
That's
didn't have no
bad
problem
anxiety.
peeing. She just couldn't poop for
Yeah,
7
but I'm
days.
just saying, because she wasn't at home. Huh? Yeah, she was. She was foaming at the mouth. She needed to go so bad. And she
Yeah.
finally went. But oh, it was horrible. Just if she wasn't in her yard, she didn't want to go.
That's something. Yeah, I've heard dogs. There's dogs that get anxiety like that.
She got better. I started taking her more on walks for a little
Uh-huh.
while, and she got to where she could pee and stuff.
Yeah, she
Okay.
started smelling that right piece of grass, and she's like, "Yep, this is a good spot right here."
What in the
That's the way
world?
mine do.
What in the world is going on with all this pro-Hamas agitators?
I don't.
I don't know, but they got that motherfucker in New York though.
These people are a bunch of freaking idiots. If they knew anything about anything,
They wouldn't be saying go. They wouldn't be saying what they're saying. That's for damn sure.
that's exactly it. Please go over there and support them because
Yes, please.
your
please.
head would be on a pike.
Uh-huh.
Dude, they revoked that damn dude's visas and everything. They shipping that motherfucker out. And now
the guy that was the leader thing or whatever.
yeah. And
Yeah.
now all the college students are fucking going bat shit over that.
Oh,
fucking thing.
well,
Because those
They're-
colleges didn't learn a goddamn thing.
what they're doing is they're actually revoking their visas if they are caught in any type of movement like that, with being part of protests and other things, being arrested, vandalism, and those types of things.
Well, they're
also
damn
pulling
promoting
their
damn
money.
terrorists. They're promoting killing Jews. And he was the
Oh.
leader of that shit. And that's the reason why damn Marco Rubio revoked his damn visas and all that shit and said he's getting out of here. But
Because-
everybody from all them damn colleges up there are going absolutely stupid. And Trump said, "It's okay. I'll just cut all your goddamn funding off."
Well, that's exactly what they're doing. They're cutting their funding and saying bye.
Yeah,
See you later, alligator.
I think it's great. Because I mean,
Honestly-
they give them fucking hundreds of millions of fucking dollars of them goddamn big colleges like that. Give them a lot of damn money, man.
Yeah, there is. And for them to just be that stuff, but that's pretty ridiculous, gentlemen. I
Yes, it
just
is.
pray I just pray that this country turns around and gets its head out of its coolio and sees things for the real reality of it, that we have to take care of ourselves and we got to stop doing what we're doing in every other country.
You know, the part that gets me the most, man, is ever since that man got elected in office, the only thing that they can lay their hat on, well, the price of eggs are going up. Well, motherfucker, choose something else to eat. You don't have to fucking eat eggs.
Well, that
If
was
they're
right
fucking
before that
expensive, choose something different. You don't have,
because
they
of
got
this.
egg supplements.
Why? Because of the Asian bird flu, I believe it was. I don't know if it was Asian, but it was the bird flu that wiped out all these chickens throughout the country.
Yeah, and what people don't understand, he inherited this damn problem. It
Yes.
wasn't him. He inherited this shit, but they think he's supposed to
Yeah,
be able to come in and in 2 weeks he's supposed to be able to cure the fucking problem. Well, it took Biden 4 years to fuck up the country. He can't fix it in 2 weeks.
That is true.
It's been longer than 2 weeks.
Well, no, I'm just saying this started like a week after he got elected. This is when this whole protest about the egg prices. A week. I'm like, dude, he's fucking only been elected a week. I mean,
I don't think
come
he's going to
on.
be able to do anything about him either until
No, he can look. He
Chickens gotta
cannot do
grow.
anything until the bird flu stuff is gone. And who is it? The FDA or whatever says it's okay to start selling fucking chickens and eggs and shit again. Until they get that shit all cleared up, I mean, the prices are just what going to be. The prices what they're going to be. You can't do nothing about that shit.
Well, and again, you hear that the government started that shit too. So
Well, yeah, but like I said, you got to remember he inherited that shit. So
yeah, but
I
I'm
mean,
saying you're saying that the government started that. And
oh,
anytime
I can believe that too, Gary.
I'm just saying that's another thing that you hear. How true it is, I don't know, but
Yep.
they've done some pretty fucking raunchy shit lately.
Man, they're finding all kind of shit that damn. If you look at the news at the certain news stations, not like Fox or nothing like that, but these unbiased news stations. Like me, I like watching Newsmax because they call that shit down the middle. If Republicans are fucking up, they'll fucking chew their shit. If Democrats are fucking up, they'll chew their shit. Their Newsmax is like right down the middle. That's why I like Newsmax. So if you listen to what's been going on, they're finding all kind of shit that Biden done in like his last 2 or 3 weeks in the office.
But
It's just crazy. It's crazy what he did during that time.
The thing about it is that Biden was just a puppet.
Oh yeah. Somebody else was pulling the strings. It damn sure wasn't him.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, but everybody's gonna be blaming him because he was the man in the seat. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
even though we all know he wasn't cognizant enough to do anything for his damn self.
That's what it's happened with Trump because he's sitting in the seat that he gets the blame.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that.
Sitting in the hot bird seat.
But I will say, like I said earlier, our gas prices did come down around 12 cents total so far around here. So now, and they said today that the barrel of oil dropped to $65 a barrel. So
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah, well, I haven't seen it drop, and unfortunately, I just filled up my tank yesterday. Of course,
All I know is I hope they're cheaper at September.
Oh,
You
Sublime, you'll have to get your oil and gas and electricity from Canada, eh?
hey,
Hey, Ray.
Well,
but
now this stuff is screwing. It's not funny because he's getting screwed because of it, because that's where they order all their supplies from.
Yeah.
There's another thing going on, because we do rely on them a lot for aluminum and some other raw materials. But, I think that it'll all pan out and work itself out once they bring manufacturing back in the United States and these countries. We just cannot keep we can't charge somebody a nickel when they charge us $25 to bring something into their country.
I agree
They charge us
100%.
a nickel. So there's going to be a balance and it'll all work out in the end.
Well, we were talking about that earlier.
I just hope
let's get back into that one. Let's not get back into that one.
Yeah. Let's talk about something nice.
And it ain't about the fat chick you gave a ride today either.
How about the weather? Is the weather getting any better for my friends in the northern region?
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be 60s here tomorrow. It was 50s here today. It's gonna be 70s on Friday, but windy.
Well, you'll be back to
rain
work
here
soon,
tomorrow.
right, Sublime?
I'm already back to work. I've been working yesterday, and Monday.
I ain't talking about your glory hole.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I was like, thank you, T. I was trying to think of something.
I must pay for the Corvette.
Hey man, y'all see all those damn recipes and shit I was posting on damn Car Peeps today? Man, some of that shit looks so damn good.
Hey,
Oh my
I,
God.
well,
I'll tell you, boys. Now we know one of our famous celebrities, Ford Blue Gauge, is famous for his baked beans. I had these baked beans out of a can today. They were called ranch style beans. Them sons of bitches was good straight out the gate.
Roll
Yeah, but
them.
are they? Who are they from though? Are they from Bush or who are they from?
No, it's not Bush. It was in a black and yellow can. It said ranch baked beans. I do
I don't
not
guess
even
I've
know
ever
where I
seen those.
got them from because it was a black and yellow can. If you Google it, but I don't know where the hell I got them from. I probably bought them and I put them away because I put stuff like that away for a rainy day, and then I rotate through it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
You
oh
couldn't.
man, let
Have
me
you been
try
shopping
these.
at the commissary over on the base?
Dude, there's not much difference in commissary prices than there is any place else if you do your due diligence in shopping.
Oh, really?
And they talk about the meat. Oh, the meat's cheaper. Well, how
is it
about
not
you go
tax free
buy,
there?
pardon?
Is it not like tax free at the
But
commissary?
but
anymore?
food is tax free.
Not in every state. It's not
Not
apparently.
in every
I
state.
hear.
But
It's
the
Damn,
not here.
it
It's
damn sure ain't here. Holy shit, they charge the
but
shit
it
out
is
of
if
me.
you
in
figure,
Washington. I'm not used to it, but yeah, it's
yeah. If you figure they're like, oh well the meat's cheaper. I'm like, I used to live in Maryland where they used to have FDA farms that grew a stalk of corn that had 4 ears coming out of it so they could use that to feed cattle. So this shit that you're eating, this government meat, is probably so mass produced and
Oh yeah.
feeding them shit to get them bigger, fatter, better, boom, kill them, that I ain't touching it.
Well, I'm telling you, be careful.
it gives
I'm
me
just saying, if you buy
superpowers.
chicken at Walmart, I guarantee you that motherfucker was hatched out of egg about 2 weeks ago, and that's how much it's full grown now. They shoot that motherfucker up with so many steroids and hormones
Think
and
it's
all that
just
shit to make it grow.
Walmart? You think it's just Walmart?
Yeah.
Oh no! I know it's not Walmart, but
It's
they're
everywhere.
they're one of the biggest grocery store chains in the country, if not
Well,
the biggest.
Kroger's got them beat hands down. It's
Who does?
Kroger.
Kroger, I
Oh,
believe so.
I ain't gonna say that because I'm gonna tell you the reason why I say that because you'll see 8 goddamn Walmarts to your one Kroger, and usually every Walmart's got a grocery store.
Well, you got to remember Kroger's not just Kroger name.
It's also
other stores
Safeway.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kroger is
And
owned by
Fred Meyer and
they own this grocery store of mine is that's called Jewel Osco.
Yeah.
yeah.
And a
Well,
couple other stores.
you listen, Salty is just mad about these chickens getting so big and so bad because he wishes he could inject some of that into his.
Right on the outside.
He wishes he could inject some of that into his pecker, so it wouldn't just be 4 inches; it'd be 8 inches.
Well, damn, don't we all wish we could do that shit? I mean, hell, that's always been the American dream, shit.
I don't need to wish. I just look down, and
Yeah, you're a damn lie too.
I'm a
We've
shower,
all,
not a grower.
we've always wanted to get past the used parts. Ain't a damn one of us can't say we didn't want to.
Hey, you just need to go get a new damn prescription, you old bastard. Maybe be magnified enough.
Hey, I wish that shit actually worked.
We're gonna have to verify this. We're going to have to verify this with Bama if it's actually 4 inches or if it's your glasses making it look like 4
Bama can't
inches.
verify it because Bama chokes on Bama chokes on 2. He can't get that. He can't get far enough down.
That is funny. He's like the South Park teacher, Miss Chokes on Dick.
Yeah, that's funny.
Hey, Gary.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought the joke of the day back again.
Huh?
The joke of the day,
Oh, okay. Thank you.
because I'm a fun guy, so
Yeah.
I love jokes like that.
Mushrooms?
Some
I
guy,
had,
some guy made a comment on my page. Why does the guy that's telling the joke got to laugh? I said maybe it was the first time I heard it.
It reminded me of a one today. There's one fella. one of the major. I think he's a major that comes through, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm getting out of here for the day." I said, "That's good. So you're gonna make like a cow patty and hit the trail?"
Oh,
He goes, "I love it." Oh, I saw some F-22 Raptors in doing some maneuvers today. Those things are incredible.
Dude, they're insane planes, man. Just to be
They
honest, I
just
mean, they're just crazy.
that damn
Raptor
thing
is a
just
beast.
it pointed its nose up and just was gone by.
Hi.
Yeah. I mean, them planes can do things that no other plane on this planet can do. That's why it's still the #1 most lethal plane out there. I mean, and you look at how old that plane is, and there's still nobody can surpass that plane. That's the reason why United States never sold the plans or nothing like that, the plane to another country.
That plane is king dingling. That thing just was ripping today. It was pretty wild watching it.
I mean, the F-35 is a badass plane too, the stealth plane too.
Oh.
Don't get me wrong, it's
Oh,
badass,
yeah.
but it don't hold a candle to the fucking F-22.
But-
though.
Did you guys see that new Tesla pickup truck?
I was just gonna say the same thing.
New
I
Tesla.
seen the one that was sitting in front of the White House. It looks like the same one.
That's a Tesla. It actually looks like a truck.
It is, yeah.
That's
Not
neat.
a.
Pickup is expected to be a game changer in the world of electric vehicles in 2025.
I mean,
I
this
wonder-
thing is
Looks like
sharp.
it's left behind.
Can you get the phone with it?
The Cybertruck to challenge the best-selling pickup trucks. Its sharp-edged stainless steel body is not only eye-catching, it is also claimed to be bulletproof.
Oh, I
Oh
think
Lord.
that's a.
Power and performance.
No, it's not, man. There's a couple of them out there.
Three different
That's
power
neat.
That's what I thought too. I thought it was a fake video where it was just.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
I wonder why they didn't have one sitting in front of the White House yesterday then. Just out of
He was
curiosity.
buying a car, not a truck.
X wasn't ready for it.
Well, yeah, but damn, he had all of them, all of his line out there on the White House lawn. So I figured, that one probably, well, they probably not ready to bring that to the masses yet. So that might not be the reason why it was out there.
Steel body too.
Huh?
It said it was going to be a stainless steel body too, because
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, bulletproof.
I don't think they mean
One
it's
at a time,
bulletproof as far
guys.
as
One
the
at a
bullet.
time.
So they're the all new 25 Tesla pickup from New Car Times. Yeah, I don't believe that.
They're bulletproof to an
It's a
extent.
lie. It's a lie, man. I just showed you that because it's a fucking lie.
They're bulletproof to an extent. They'll fight off like a 38 bullet. They probably won't fight off a freaking big caliber bullet.
Yeah. You could be right about that too, Sublime.
Just like
But
the
I'll tell you-
Cyber trucks, they're bulletproof, but only to a certain extent.
Well, I believe that they're going to produce that truck because, I mean, the world knows the first rendition of their truck is about the ugliest fucking homemade shit. So, so they got to do something to appeal to the masses, and the one they got, it don't appeal to the masses. So yeah, I could see them making that truck. I really could.
You know how many people fucking sold their Teslas because of him, man, doing all this shit?
Yeah.
Oh man, have you seen the damn fallback on that shit on the news? It is crazy. People are losing their shit over this, man.
How much?
I'm like,
I wonder how much you could get one for now. Like if the prices have severely dropped because it's flooding the market. If these individuals are really getting rid of them.
I don't think it's good. Go
I
ahead.
saw a Tesla today that had a bumper sticker on it that said, "I bought this car before Elon went mad."
Well, I don't think he's gone mad. I think he's doing exactly what the president asked him to do.
That wasn't the
Wow,
exact
okay.
phrase. It was something. I bought this car before Elon got crazy or something like that. I don't remember the exact phrase.
But when you want to know where the hell your money's going to, all this money's going to this shit, and they keep taxing the crap out of us.
Yeah,
I agree 100%, Gary. I think it's about time that somebody audited the fucking government. This shit is so far past due, it's not even funny.
But one thing, it kind of pissed me off. So I've been out on bereavement leave, been out of town. I got an email that I had to respond to by yesterday at 12 o'clock. I didn't respond till late. 5 more bullet points on what I did. So when I wrote it, I said, "Excuse me for this being late. I was out on bereavement leave for my mother passing and a lifelong friend of mine's mother passing, and had to drive 14 hours back and forth from Maryland. I contracted food poisoning Sunday morning, but pushed through it so I could be back on duty and be prepared Wednesday. Here are my 5 bullet points." There, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Why don't you stop going after the littler guys? And there's so many people that are goobers. Go into these office buildings and just see who's doing things and not doing things. That's very easy. They're all right there.
What's up,
Yeah.
Victor?
My brother, the company he worked for, you know, I told y'all he worked for a piping company, big sewage company.
Yeah.
And Monday, ICE come out there and got 13 of the Mexicans right off the fucking job site. 3 different
Wow.
job sites. Snatched them right off the job site.
Well, they must have had some other things, because they're not just going out popping people in that aspect. They're looking for ones that have criminal activity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Got them right off the damn job site. My brother's like the two guys. It's a set of brothers that own the company, and they're like, holy shit. And now they're worried that the government is going to come back on them for actually even hiring those guys.
well, they can, because under Section 8, under USC 8, 1324, no, I think 1326, aiding and abetting, knowing that you're giving comfort aid to an undocumented alien is illegal, subjected to fines and penalties up to 20 years in prison.
Yeah. My brother's like, oh shit. He goes, damn, I hope they don't damn force us out of business. And I said, well, but I said, look at it like this. It is a possibility. I said, because you got to look at it. You're a relatively small company, and it wouldn't take many fines to put you out of business. I mean, because they only got like 70 something pieces of equipment.
They're
And
they're looking to lock the people up, and then, because these I-9 forms for identification, the ID of employment verification, are very easily forged, replicated, used multiple times, the same individual's information. So it's your brother's probably got a cushion with that.
Hey, T,
Yeah.
that commercial from the new Department of Homeland Security, the leader, that woman or whatever, saying that, if you're illegal, we will find you, we will deport you. But if you leave now, you have a chance to come back and enjoy our liberties.
You're talking about Christian Nome.
Yeah.
Well, the reason for that is because if you are caught, convicted, and tried for entering the country illegally, you're not allowed to come into the country for 5 years on any type of visa, whether it be a visitor's visa, a B1, an I-551 border crossing card to come in, or a migrant worker visa into the country, student visa, or anything like that. You're ineligible for 5 years for the first offense.
So let me ask this question.
If you leave now, they don't know that you're here, then you were never here, to be honest with you.
But even if they leave and then try to come back legally, aren't they going to be jumped into a big ball of red tape that's going to take them 6 months to a year to get back anyways?
It'll be a little bit longer than that, the way the immigration system's tied up now. So,
yeah.
But you know what? It's that's the challenges we face with the system that they have in place, and unfortunately, so many people tried to do so many things wrong. Now there's people who were in the systems and wanted to be and tried to do things the right way are victims of people's ill-gotten games.
Here's my belief on it. If you're say if you came here illegally, but you've lived here for 5-10 years, you're a hardworking individual, you have a family, you have zero criminal background, you should be allowed to stay. You've proved that you're a worthy citizen of being here. Your community, what's the word?
Are you paying your taxes?
Contributing, yeah, you're contributing to your community. You're doing your job, you're paying your taxes, you're not being a criminal, you're not having, you have a clean record. You should be able to stay.
But my question is, Sublime, think about it like this. How are they able to pay taxes when they're illegal?
And they ain't got no damn Social Security number.
Exactly. How can they pay taxes?
So
Sublime.
Now
they wouldn't have one if they're illegal, though. She said they would have to have a green card, but you won't have one if you're illegal.
So
no.
The thing is that I know some Mexicans that's lived here their whole lives. their dad served in the military and stuff like that. And they don't like it that these people are coming over and getting all these free rides when they had to bust their ass to become a citizen.
I agree, Gary. I agree because it's a slap in their face.
It is.
Well, there's another thing, like my brother, he had a work visa to go to Ireland. My brother worked in Ireland for 3 months. If he overstayed that visa by one day, he would have been put in jail, tried, stayed in jail. My parents would have had to pay, or the family would have had to pay for the jail. He would have been deported when his sentence was over. Even if he was to stay in that country and worked, which I know a guy who did, and hopped around from town to town, worked cash jobs just so he wouldn't get caught. Eventually, he was caught, and guess what? He was jailed and deported after his jail sentence was served. So there's not a you got to look at the things as a totality. It's not a free ride. You can't do wrong and be bent and be rewarded for your bad behavior and your stupidness. I can understand what you're saying, Sublime, but to the degree that there is a process before it coming to the front door, you have to do it the proper way.
Yeah. I mean, look, if they've been, like you said, Sublime, if they've been here 8, 10, 12 years and they're good citizens, they ain't got a criminal record, then what is the harm of them while they're here trying to go through the legal steps instead of just keep being here?
Yeah, become a
Undocumented.
citizenship.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Then you can be here legal and there's no problem. But
Well, let me
if
ask
you
you this,
choose,
Steve,
if you choose to keep being illegal,
if they've been here illegally for 8 years, can they actually apply for citizenship?
If they've been here legal, they can. There's some legalities to it, and it's more where you have to get a immigration lawyer involved in it.
So as Far Blue would say,
Now,
it's complicated.
it gets very complicated, and it can get costly to a degree because of the lawyer fee and how much they're going to charge you.
Yeah.
Because they have a okay, well, Mr. Sandusky is here and he's been doing this and he's been doing that. Well, that's wonderful. It doesn't negate the fact that he originally came in under false pretenses and has been here. So there's a lot of little fine things. It can be done. It can't say it can't be done, but it'll be a long time and a big expense. Some of them they can't afford it.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, I think it's more or less right now. It's kind of like a zero tolerance because of all the bullshit.
yeah, exactly.
It is because we don't know exactly who has come through, where they're at. These children, the biggest thing, ladies and gentlemen, is the children. There's there's hundreds of thousands of children right now that are missing, that they cannot find, that they were supposed to know where these individuals were. Where are they? Are they sex trafficked? Are they sold to other countries? Or where are these kids at?
Listen,
Yeah,
these kids are sex trafficked. They use them for their liver and heart and shit like that. I mean, it's horrible what's going on.
It is.
I tell you what, Tom Homan, he's a big proponent of trying to find these damn missing children too. He's all about that shit.
It is so sickening, the things that it's hard. It's just horrific that you think another human being could treat another human being as they do.
Because they don't look at it like that way, man. They look at the dollar signs and they forget about humanity.
Well,
that's all it is.
Drugs you can smoke once, you can snort once, you can ingest once. Other things you can use once. A human being, you can use a human being multiple times over for different things.
Like I said, it's all about money at that point. It's just how much money they can get out of them, and that's really what it boils down to. It's all dollars.
And when these people are sick or whatever, dude, and they got the money, they want to live. They don't care less about those kids.
No. If the kid, like you said, Gary, if one of those people, it ain't even got to be a child. It can be a woman or a guy or whatever. If they get to the point to where they're sick and they're useless, they'll just fucking murder them. They'll just get rid of them. They don't care because they're not financially benefiting them anymore.
Pinks, can you do Victor? Put that up there.
I like that comment.
I got to blow that up so I can see it. That's really, really fucking small.
Man, I got to speak to Victor on the phone.
Yeah,
it was unfortunate I couldn't get to hang out with him when he was down here in Florida.
So right there you go. It's somebody we know that's been, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrific, man.
Right.
You look at these and I've seen it before. You come up through the border, I'm like, what are their bra and panties hanging from that tree? That's where they rape people. It's where they rape
Yeah.
women, children, and they throw it up in there like it's a trophy.
Yep.
This has just been recently put out there to a degree, but I've known about it for over 15 years and it still disgusts me. Like I said, how another human being could treat another human being is that. It's just,
They don't care, man.
They're heartless, man. They got no heart.
Hey, T, I've seen some of your comments about Salty. That's borderline heartless right there.
Oh.
Damn, what'd I do now?
Well, you
No, I'm
definitely-
talking about how T messes with you or sometimes Salty. With
Well,
you.
you
Oh, okay.
You must have not read the ones that I put about you then.
But, hey, I'm not looking to deflect. I'm just reflect.
It's a cruel, cruel world, Kim. I'm just going to put this bag over my head. Can you just wrap the tape around it?
Oh, boy.
We had a guy hang himself at work today.
What?
Guy went to work and freaking hung himself at work.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Man, how that's a desperation of his own level there.
I just don't know. I mean, I just don't get it, man. But I guess he left a note in his lunch bell for his wife. And his wife, I guess, was telling a friend of hers that he's been acting kind of funny last couple of days. Well, if you thought something was wrong with your husband, why weren't you trying to talk to him?
Yeah. That's exactly it. I was very blessed and fortunate to take a class to teach others about suicide awareness and indicators and try to help people out to get them help if they do feel that if an individual that they know at work, friend, whoever it may be. I had a girl call me, man, and it kind of touches my heart really good, man. She told me what I taught her helped her save her friend. I'm so blessed and thankful for that. Thank you, God, for allowing me to teach that lady that class that day that helped her save her friend.
See, that's awesome. But I mean, and me being a leader in the union, we have to take these classes, and the same thing for when people call us, they have issues or whatever, and we're to guide them to the right place for them to get help,
Exactly. There's so many small things. And Gary, one thing that you can always do if you do see somebody who may be that has, indicators that they're just not doing good, an easy thing, this is for everybody. Hey, man, can't wait to see you tomorrow. What are you bringing for lunch? Just something that small and insignificant can give that person hope to not go back and try to do something to themselves.
What you say to one person in a day's time could mean everything tomorrow.
Exactly. I mean, you give them that little glimmer of hope. Somebody wants to see me. They wonder what I'm bringing for lunch tomorrow.
That's it.
Oh, I'm going to make a meatloaf sandwich. I'm going to blow his mind.
Look, man, I had a guy come in the other day when I was at work. This was last Monday. Yeah, not this last Monday, but the Monday before last. Anyhow, he come to work. I said, hey, man, I ain't seen you in a long time. How you doing? He goes, not good. I said, man, you need to talk. I'm right here, dude. He come back to me later on that day and he said, you know what, Gary? He goes, I want to ask you a question. I work my ass off and do everything I want to do. But, when I want to go buy something, my wife just tells me we can't afford it. And he tells me, he mentioned, he goes, this is how much money I make a year. And my wife tells me we can't afford something. I says, listen, man, just go buy it. What's she going to do? Leave you? You're treating her, man. She ain't going nowhere.
Better to beg for forgiveness and ask permission at some point.
Exactly.
Damn right.
Yeah.
I mean, 'cause you're gonna be in a doghouse either way, so you might as well just go on and do it.
This guy works 7 days a week, dude. He's taking home $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
Oh
he's
shit.
real. He's rolling, Wife must be saving up for
200 grand a year is a pretty damn good living. I don't give a damn how you damn slice it. If you can't figure out how to live on 200 a year, something's wrong. You need to change the way you living. You're living too damn
That's
expensive.
true.
Yeah, it's called living within your means and not living out of your pockets.
That's
Well, I
right.
mean, and the thing about it is, I can't remember exactly what he said he was buying, but it was, I mean, it was only like a few $100.
Oh,
Yeah,
Damn.
she got him on a leash.
Yeah, figure you make that kind of
Yeah, he's
money.
the one
A few $100
bringing
ain't no
home-
problem.
And he's the one bringing home the bacon.
Huh.
Yeah, my damn sister-in-law's got my brother's nuts in her fucking purse everywhere she goes. It's embarrassing because my brother makes good money, and me and him and then my oldest brother, we will all get together and go play golf, and we always stop at McDonald's on the way to get something to eat. Well, we go there and we stand in line, and my brother runs his debit card, and he ain't even got enough money on his debit card to pay for a $5 meal because his wife so he has to call his wife. Hey, can you put some money on my debit card so I can pay for this meal?
Wow.
Then we leave straight from there, drive straight to the golf course, which is about 10 minutes away. We get to the golf course. He runs a debit card. He ain't got enough money to pay for his damn round of golf. My oldest brother just gives him shit, buddy. Like, you stupid mother. He goes, ain't no way I'd let no woman control my money like that. What the hell's wrong with you?
I
But
mean,
you
I can.
know what? I'm going to tell you, see, my wife works and she makes good money too. And every time I buy something or whatever, I always let her know. That way, because she knows, you know what I mean, what we can and can't do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
somebody to come in there and just tell you you can't buy it because we can't afford it, then what are you doing with all of our damn money?
Yeah, no shit.
Right.
I'd be
Hey,
questioned. I'd be like,
she needs.
we need to
You
have a
should.
talk.
You should tell him he needs to talk. He needs to talk to Elon and get Dodge on his wife's ass.
Yeah, no shit. Or get them damn team of damn little geniuses he's got working, doing
But I
something.
mean, the thing about it is that here you're making 200 grand a year, and your wife's not working, and you don't live in no extravagant house or nothing like that.
Yes.
Where's the money?
Yeah.
Show me the money.
I agree with you, Gary. I'd be asking a lot of questions.
But see, now my wife works and she puts just as much into it as I do.
Yep.
So we let each other know what we're doing. You know what I'm saying?
There's a mutual agreement, and you just don't want to be out there spending frivolously on just bull. But if there's something that's, hey, this is something I've been looking at for a long time. I've been haven't spent any money really lately on anything. I'm gonna go ahead and get this.
Right.
Then vice versa. It's a give and take. But I have I have a brother right now that's going through the same type of ordeal, and it's just beating him up. So. Yes,
And then my
sir.
wife, like if I want to buy something or whatever, she'll say, "Can it wait till next week?"
Yeah. And you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But you know what? Most of the time, though, this is the honest God's truth. We'll have something I want to buy, and she'll say, "Well, can it wait till next week?" And I'd be like, "Wait a minute." The next week comes along, I didn't figure out. You know what? I really don't need that.
That's true.
So I mean, that's just her little pause on me, right?
Yeah. There's the I always call it the want and the need.
Yep.
Is it a want or is it a need?
It's more of a want when you find
for
out.
me, everything's a want.
I want a lot of things, but I damn sure don't need none of them.
The food I buy, I need most of it, not all of it. Some of it I just
on
want.
this carnivore diet for I don't know how long, dude. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
Oh, you sick of eating all the meat?
Yeah,
my
it's
God.
tiring.
It's boring.
Well, yeah.
Salty.
But I am one of the ones I like vegetables, so I mean it would be hard for me to give up
So
vegetables.
do I, but I want something with my meal other than just meat. Hey man,
Oh yeah, 100%.
we're gonna have a salmon with a side of chicken. Really?
Hey Gary. Now, what Salty would do is he would have beets and meat, and it would remind him of what he's going to do later. Beat his meat.
That wouldn't last long, bro.
That's about a 30-second job. That is true.
I've been saying, and I wouldn't get tired because I wouldn't be doing much of a workout.
Be about 3 strokes, major league, and you're out.
And three very short strokes.
But I mean, and I love eggs. I do.
Yeah.
And then she'll cook a nice steak, and she'll say, "We want some chicken with there. Do you want this with that? Meatballs, blah blah." I said, "Make me some eggs."
Hell yeah.
Steak and eggs, you can't go wrong.
Hell no.
Shit. Can't go wrong with pork chopping eggs either. They're good
Hey,
too.
Salty, steak and eggs is
not
like
a
a
pork
sore
chop
dick.
lover.
You can't beat it.
That's right. What was that, Gary?
I'm not a pork chop lover, man.
Really?
Wow.
God, I was raised on like fried pork chops and shit. God, I love those things.
Listen, spaghetti and pork chops, no.
Yeah,
I
Gary.
can do without.
Parmesan,
I can
you do.
definitely do without the spaghetti.
And
I mean,
I'll
don't get
tell
me
you-
wrong. I like it, but it's not one of my favorite foods.
And I'll tell you why. When I first got with my wife, we didn't have a lot of money. We ate a lot of pork chops and a lot of spaghetti.
So that's it. You just got tired of eating it because you ate so
Yeah,
damn much of
I
it.
got sick of it.
I
Yep.
love spaghetti.
I understand.
One of my
I can get
go-tos
that.
when I got nothing else and it's easy and quick to do. It might not be the best stuff, but it'll make a meal.
See, you put the pork chops. If you got boneless pork chops, you put some you put some provolone cheese on it. Now you got veal parmesan, per se.
Yeah.
Pork parmesan?
Pork parmesan. You just gotta imagine it's veal.
But on the carnivore diet, dude, we don't eat a lot of cheese.
Really?
No.
Oh, is that because it's a dairy product?
Yep, and I'm a cheese freaking dude. I can hardly walk past the refrigerator without grabbing a slice of cheese.
Now you make
I
me
didn't,
want cheese.
I didn't think you were that cheesy.
No, I'm cheesy.
The
Have you not
ultimate
seen
form of
it
cheese.
today?
Saganaki. That's the ultimate form of cheese.
What?
Saganaki.
What the
Ever had
hell
it?
is Saganaki?
Light it on fire.
Never heard of it.
Is
You
that-
never. It's like they bring it to your table. They put some liquor on it and they freaking light it on fire and like, opa! And freaking, it's cheese that gets lit on fire and then served you at the table after the fire goes out. Dude, it's so.
I thought-
You know what kind of liquor they use?
I looked it up. I can't remember what it is.
Ouzo.
Yeah, what's her name? Yeah, what's her
Ouzo.
name?
Is it
Ouzo.
Ouzo? Yeah. That's what it sounds like when they say Opa.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's a Greek thing.
Sublime, I thought your
Why
favorite
not?
cheese was Fromunda.
It's a Greek
Oh boy.
appetizer. Fried
Talking about yours, T, from under my desk.
From under these nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, I've never had it on fire before, but I've had this version of it here that I'm seeing that's fried.
Yeah. No, it's gotta be lit on fire.
It's a Greek appetizer of pan fried cheese. Is what
Yeah.
Saganaki is.
He likes D's cheese.
These nuts.
What? Those
From
cheesy
under.
nuts.
D's cheese.
Yeah, these cheesy nuts.
Yeah.
Oh man, you fellers. And y'all up northerners living so close to Wisconsin, you don't go get those cheese curds?
I ain't no Greek, Victor. I'm German, but I love the Greek.
In North America, yeah, it's done that way. But
Dude, cheese curds are the bomb.
oh, I love cheese curds if they're actual good cheese curds. I've had bad ones.
I don't know if I've ever had one at all.
Really?
Yeah, truly. I'll be honest.
You ain't lived till you had cheese curds.
Yeah, I don't know if I've
cheese
ever had one.
curds.
These curds
I
are
don't
so
think I've
good.
ever had one.
Hey,
It
Victor,
don't, it don't sound familiar. I mean, to be totally honest with you. I mean, I ain't gonna say I ain't never had one, but I just hearing it, but it don't sound
Oh,
like
if
I've
you
had
had
one.
one, you knew what you'd know.
is Victor
They're good.
still in Florida?
Is Victor what?
Victor was down here in Florida last week. I wanted to go see him when I was going to go to Bike Week, but the things got changed with my mom and everything. So,
Oh yeah.
man,
Correct.
man, Victor, yeah, I got to speak with him the other week on the telephone.
Yeah, we talked to him on the telephone before. Me and Sublime have.
Yeah, me and Victor be chopping it up.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I like
Dude,
him.
he's solid. He's solid as a rock. He sure is. Just like all y'all. All y'all are just some really squared away, lovely people that I'm great to know and converse with.
We're all good for shit.
You
Don't
make
know.
that go or you don't know?
Sublime, I know one thing. You good for a laugh.
What?
Salty, you good. Well, everybody knows your best performance is on your knees, looking like a circus seal.
The circus seal.
Oh.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Hell to the
Circus
yeah.
seal. That's the first time I've ever been called a fucking circus seal. I can tell you that.
Back and forth, back and forth. Victor says
mean,
he
co-
is back home.
I've been called a lot of things in my life, but a circus seal, that's the first right there.
Circus seal and them horn, blowing on them horns. Going back and forth.
Hey, fellas, it's 10 o'clock and I'm getting
All
tired.
right.
All right, there, fellas. Y'all have a good one. I enjoyed it, man. We'll
Pinks,
do it again
everybody
next
have a
week,
good night.
hopefully.
Thanks for having us up, Pinks.
Y'all
Hey,
too, man. Y'all have a good one. T, Sublime,
Yes.
Victor, everybody in the chat. Y'all have a great one. Thanks, T.
Yeah.
Pinks. Have a
Yeah,
good one, guys.
we'll holler later.
Hey, everybody,
Hey, Brain.
thanks for being here.
All
Hey,
right, later.
Brain, what are we going to do next week, Brain?
Same thing we do every week, Pinky.
It's try to
Trying to take over the internet.
trying to take over this. Trying to take over the live stream. Sit back, relax, everybody. Listen back to the funky sounds. We're going to take you to the live stream.
Good to you. Thanks
All
for
right.
coming, man.
All right,
Appreciate
buddy.
it.
Thank you very much. Y'all have a
I'll
blessed
talk to
night,
you.
everybody. Thank
I'll
you.
talk to you later, man.
Yes,
It's been a
sir.
good one. Everybody in the chat, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I will see y'all next week.
Take
I'm
care,
out.
ladies and gentlemen. Good night.